football. I guarantee you. When back in 10, 11 years ago when we were playing, this is the night you look for, cold and wet, and that just really brings the football where it's at. You don't really want to play in hot weather. You just want to play in cold, damp weather. At least that was my preference.
Paul, I can only say one thing. I'm happy that we're inside the press box tonight.
It feels a lot better up here, though.
Rick Selleck will be kicking it off for Clarke Central. As we mentioned, Benton and Carr back to receive for the Newton County Rams as we begin Newton County's trek to even their record at 4-4 this year. Rams still in the playoff hunt. We'll be talking about that as the game goes along. Here's a kick. It is up, end over end kick, fielded at the 3 by Adrian Carr. Carr takes it 10, 15, 20, finds a hole, cuts inside, 27, 28, and brought down at the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Torrin Howard on the kickoff return team there for Clarke Central.
As we said last week, Kevin, when we was in the Rockdale and at Reed Stadium, we said that Adrian Carr had to get into the ball game. Same thing tonight. Adrian Carr is one of the main reasons the Newton County offense is designed the way it is. He's got to get in this ball game and look for a big game for him tonight.
First and 10 for Newton County. They'll be at their own 29-yard line to start this drive. Michael Sellers over center. Sellers with the handoff over to the right side. Andy Rudd takes it to the 33-yard line, is stuffed there and brought back. And a short gain there for Andy Rudd and the Newton County Rams.
Newton County started out in that wing T formation. They used several formations at Rockdale last week. They used the wing T and also the wishbone, and it kept the defense for Rockdale off balance. And look for Newton County to do that again this week.
You mentioned Adrian Carr, 50 carries this year for 550 yards, averaging over 10 yards a carry. Lots of long breakaway runs, including a 90-yard run last week against Rockdale. In the wing T formation, give on the delay is to Carr around left side, 35, 38-yard line, and tripped up there and brought down by Rory Taylor, one of the defensive backs for Clarke Central. Adrian Carr with a short gain and short of the first down, we believe. We'll check and see where the marking is. It is going to be a first down for Newton County as they get a good spot, which will be out to the 39-yard line. Gain of 6 for Carr and a first down for Newton County.
You got to be pleased with that. Come out first 2 plays and gain exactly 10.5 yards. You got to be pleased with that. I'm sure Coach Cooks is going right back into the wishbone, and now they separate and go right back into the power or the wing T formation.
Rams have been splitting between that wishbone and wing T formation. Here's the handoff straight up the middle for no gain as the Rams find nothing up the middle on this particular handoff. Maybe to the 40, perhaps the 41-yard line. Again, it was to Andy Rudd, but no room there.
Well, you got to run that dive play. Well, I've said that all year long. You got to run that dive play to Andy Rudd or whoever's in there, Jason Robbins, just to establish the outside game. And you don't get a whole lot of yards off that play, but it seems to work for Newton County.
Andy Rudd is your lone back in the wing T offense. Adrian Carr around the right side. Cordell Benton goes in motion. And the give on the delay to Benton. Benton to the 45, 49-yard line and tackled in the secondary. Good speed there from Cordell Benton, very close to a first down. He's tackled by Al Stevens, a senior defensive back.
Cordell's been doing a lot of good running the last couple of weeks. The first part of the season he was a little bit timid going through there, but it seems like he's got a lot of experience under his belt now, and he's running the ball with more authority as we go through the season.
Well, the Rams are hoping to get a sustained drive to start the game off. They've done very good. They've gone from the 29, 2 plays to the 39, 2 more plays, now to the 49. First down and 10 for Newton County. Michael Sellers over center. Drew Denman gives the snap. It is to Cordell Benton on the handoff. Benton still up, 45, 42-yard line in Clarke Central territory and close to another first down. Cordell Benton, some excellent running. Really had no running room, but stayed up. That was the fortunate part and close to a first down.
He had a gain there, maybe 2, maybe 3 yards, and as we just said in the last play, he's been running with a lot more authority, and that's what we saw on that play. He ran right through the defensive linebackers for Clarke Central and gained an extra 4 or 5 yards, and it's going to be second and about 1 yard.
5 plays so far. The Rams have gone 29 yards, so they've had their way on the ground, and that's the way the Rams like it, those sustained drives on the ground. That's where the Rams do the most of their damage with those big, speedy runners. Second down for the Rams, 1 yard to go on the Clarke Central 42-yard line. Sellers is going to keep it himself. He gains a first down, still up 35, 34-yard line and brought down in first down territory, thankfully, and the Rams will have their third first down. Dwayne Evans, a sophomore, brought Sellers down.
That was just a rollout option to the right-hand side, and I think Coach Cook just told Mike to go around and see if you can pick up that 1 yard and try to break it wide if you can. Also in there for fullback to provide a little bit more blocking was Jason Robbins. So Newton County's going to have it first down on their own 30 on Clarke Central's 35.
Jason Robbins picked up 28 yards last week on 4 carries, but the most important part of having him in the ball game is that blocking ability. Sellers goes over center, fakes the handoff, pitches out to the right side. Cordell Benton still in bounds down to the 25-yard line and out of bounds there. Michael Sellers, another wild pitch to the side, but Cordell Benton just kept his feet in bounds, running down that far sideline over by the Clarke Central trainers and managers.
Very good decision there by Mike Sellers. There was nothing there on the dive play to Andy Rudd, so he just took it back out and ran for what he could. Then a late pitch to Cordell Benton and picked up an extra 10 or 12 yards. So Newton County is driving, looking very good. They're going to have it first down on Clarke Central's 20, let's call it the 23-yard line.
It'll be first down for the Rams. They've picked up 4 in this drive. 7:44 remains. The Rams eating up clock early on in this game. Sellers keeps it himself again, pitches again to Benton. This time the Gladiators are all over it, but Cordell Benton still keeps up. And he walked out of bounds at the 18-yard line, but was still up beyond the 18, running in that open field down at the 12, but the officials ruled him out over at the 18, short of a first down.
Looks like Cordell ate a couple bowls of Wheaties this morning because he's definitely going around running with a lot of authority. So Cordell is having a good night. Had a few Wheaties, and as we say, Jason Robbins is coming in to maybe provide some blocking with a second down and 5.
Whatever they gave Cordell before this game, let's give it to some of the other Ram players here, and perhaps we'll have a blowout victory. We'll find out what happens as the Rams continue to drive second down at the Clarke Central 18. They started this thing at their own 29. Denman snapping it to Sellers. Sellers this time is going to give to Rudd around the right side, and he is going to be brought down there. Andy Rudd with absolutely no gain, and Jason Robbins was in there to block, but really had no one to block as Clarke Central came in from their right side of the defense.
That was actually a busted play all around. Adrian Carr was going the wrong way. I guess he got the call in the huddle wrong, but he was going in the wrong way and actually got in the way of Andy Rudd and prevented anything from happening there. So Newton County still got a 1 or 2 yards out. It's going to bring up a third and about 2 yards.
Possession play here for Newton County. They are in field goal range. Would be a 32-yard attempt if they were stopped on this play. Adrian Carr takes the handoff, runs around left side, and is brought down for a loss, a 6-yard loss perhaps behind the line of scrimmage at the 21-yard line. He is brought down by Crandall Hurd, and Crandall Hurd was all over Adrian Carr. Nowhere for him to go on the left side, and it'll be 4th down and long.
Adrian just really had nowhere to go. He was met in the backfield. Not a very good blocking on the left side of Newton County's offense. Was stuck and got it spun away, but the defensive secondary, the cornerback, came up to make the tackle.
Wes Billingsley is in to attempt the field goal. Billingsley, a junior, in to attempt the field goal, and the kick is up after the snap. It was a poor snap. The kick is up and no good as it bounces in the end zone, and a missed field goal for Newton County. We'll keep it here, and Paul, after a sustained drive, Rams can't capitalize on the 37-yard field goal attempt.
Well, you're pleased with what the Newton County offense did there, but they just stalled there in Clarke Central deep in their territory. You got to be pleased with the progression they had all the way down the field, but they stalled, and that's something the coaches just they hate to see. At least you want to come out of there with 3 points, and Newton County comes out of there with 0 points, so the momentum may be going to Clarke Central here.
Central takes the football on their own 20-yard line after the missed field goal. Watch for Rip Kendrick for the Gladiators tonight. 97 carries, 590 yards, an average of 6.1 yards per carry, and 5 touchdowns on the season. Rams in a 5-man front here on first down. And here's the give, and out to the 22-yard line, and stopped right there. Looked like that was Kendrick on the carry, but the Rams all over him on first down, and Tommy Taylor comes out of that pile fired up as the Rams stop Kendrick.
Straight dive there for Clarke Central. They're running that power I formation. They've done that for the last so many years I can't remember. Run that straight power I, just power football, and ran to the right side. Newton County was there to stop them only for a yard gain.
Tommy Taylor at defensive end. He had been playing at linebacker the first several games of the year, but an injury to Reggie Benton has caused Taylor to move up to that defensive front. Power I formation for the Clarke Central Gladiators. Around the left side, and it will be given to Kendrick, and Kendrick again with very little gain and gang tackling from the Rams. We would mention one person who's in on the tackle, but 5 or 6 in on every tackle here for Newton County. They're able to stop Rip Kendrick.
Good play there by Lamar Hips. He came from his left side defensive end position and came down and squeezed the ball down, and Lamar Hips will be credited for that tackle. Good job by that young man.
It'll be 3rd down and 5 as Newton County's defense once again holding up very well here against Clarke Central, and they've held up well at home all year long. They've played their best defensive games of the year at home. One wide receiver to that left side for Clarke Central. Quarterback Chaz Chastain takes the snap. The give again is to Kendrick, and Kendrick is stopped at the 28-yard line. Tommy Taylor and Torrance McCullum is in on the stop for Newton County.
Good play there by Lamar Hibbs and also Tommy Taylor. They stayed at home. It was a counter dive. All the motion was going to the left side of the field, and Lamar Hibbs and also Tommy Taylor stayed home exactly what they're supposed to do and was waiting there for Kendrick to arrive and stopped him before he could get to the first down marker.
Kendrick with 3 carries, gaining 8 yards on that particular drive for Clarke Central. His real name is Rivington, but he goes by Rip. Trying to rip through that Newton County defense, couldn't do it this time. With the punt for Clarke Central will be Rick Selleck. Selleck gets off a very good high spiraling punt. Adrian Carr will have to take it at the 33 and is brought down at the 30. Number 45, Brad Blanchard, with an excellent stop. And the good high spiraling kick was the difference.
You don't see Adrian out there returning punts very often, and Coach Cooks decided to put him out there, and probably would have been a little bit more wise to call for a fair catch there. But as you know, Adrian Carr is one of the livelier players. He wants to make something happen, some like what we see in Deion Sanders with the Atlanta Falcons and the Braves. He's wanting to make something happen. Usually something happens every play he gets his hand on the ball. But Adrian just got the ball and was brought down on the Newton County 34-yard line.
First down for Newton County and 10 yards to go as they will again try that sustained drive. Don't look for much passing here. Michael Sellers hands off to Cordell Benton, stopped right at the 30-yard line and brought down. Joey Hall broke through on the left side of that Ram offensive line and got straight to Benton as he took the football.
Well, what we saw on the first drive was the offensive line came out. Looks like they ate a bowl of Wheaties on that first drive, but this second drive, they're not really pushing the defenders from Clarke Central out of there. As you look out there, Jason Robbins has moved from fullback, and now he's running tight end.
We've seen Robbins at tight end in some home games previously this year. Sellers taking the snap, and the give is to Gaither. Patrick Gaither, the young running back, gains to the 34-yard line and is brought down there. A short gain, but still going to bring up 3rd down and long situation. Rams may be forced to pass.
One hint that you can look for if you want to try to play defense against Newton County is look for Jason Robbins. Whatever side of the ball he's on, that's the side they're going to because they use his blocking ability, and he comes out. And number 84 from Newton County, Telly Smith comes in.
Robbins splitting to the sideline, so perhaps a pass play here on a 3rd down situation. Sellers is going to pass on 3rd down. He is being pursued. He's going to take it himself on the left side. 35, 40, 45. First down out of bounds at midfield. And Michael Sellers, seeing that big hole over on the left side, took advantage of it. Pushed out of bounds by Stevens, Al Stevens, the defensive back. But it looks like a first down, and Michael Sellers saves Newton County again.
Good decision right there. And you see the maturity that Michael Sellers has had over this football season. We're only into the 7th game, and he's matured tremendously over the first 7 games. Earlier on in the year, you would have saw him throw the ball there, and he just decided to take it up under his arm and run it for a first down.
2 minutes, 26 seconds remaining in your first quarter. No score here from Homer Sharp Stadium. Neither team able to capitalize on any mistakes so far. Cordell Benson takes a pitch around the right side, gains to the 45 to the 50, cutting in, 45, 40, first down. And he'll be out of bounds at the 40-yard line, very close to a first down. Cordell Benson loves to run on that far sideline.
That's what we saw when you were absent, Kevin. We saw a lot of that from the Brookwood Broncos. They did that quick pitch, and that's exactly what Newton County ran there, was just a quick pitch to Cordell Benton. Used his speed, he utilized his speed to the corner, and he outran the Clarke Central linebackers to the corner, and it took the cornerback for the Clarke Central Gladiators to push him out of bounds.
By the way, Paul, I haven't had a chance to say this on the air. Good job 2 weeks ago, Newton County against Brookwood. A 2-touchdown loss, but an excellent job by yourself. And Holly Robbins, who's a special guest in the press box tonight. Hello, Holly. It is first down for Newton County. They're on the Clarke Central 39-yard line. And it's fumbled on the pitch. Adrian Carr will pick it up. Thankfully, he was right there. 40, 35, and out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Adrian Carr had the football right in front of him, saw a little bit of a hole on the right side over on that far sideline, and gains another first down.
As we said before, when you're a coach, you want that player just to jump on the ball to retain possession, but Adrian Carr, being the playmaker that he is, he just picked up the ball and wanted to do something with it, went to the Clarke Central side of the field, and picked up another Newton County first down.
Newton County is racking up those first downs. 7 11 already here in the first quarter. That's a gain of 13 yards from Carr, and it'll be first down at the Central 27. Sellers over center, still in that spread formation. And the give to the fullback to the 24-yard line. And tackled there at the 24. That was Patrick Gaither on the carry after a gain of about 3 yards.
We're seeing a lot of Patrick Gaither in there at fullback. Him and Andy Rudd swap in and out every now and then. And this is what we saw last time. The first drive Newton County had, this is about where they stalled out. So hopefully Newton County can pick up another first down and get a little bit closer and hopefully get into the end zone.
Running out of time in the first quarter, 1 minute and 6 seconds left. Of course, the Rams would have time in the second quarter to try to push it across. 2nd and 7 at the 24. 3 backs in the set for Newton County. Sellers looking for a hole in left side, pitches to Carr, 25-22, and brought out of bounds. Number 26 for Clarke Central, Crandall Hurd, a name who we've heard a little bit tonight.
It's going to be a face mask call. It's a late call. There was one referee right there on the tackle. He did not pull his flag out, but the head referee pulled his flag out and threw it, and it was an obvious face mask. So it's going to add, I don't know if it's going to be an intentional or not, but Newton County is going to get another break here and take advantage of this penalty.
The penalty is against Clarke Central, and it will probably be a first down, you would imagine, for Newton County. We'll see where they spot the football. Referee has the football. He's not going to mark it off. He's just going to place it at where it should be, at the 11-yard line. So they're going to call it a gain of 2 for Carr, and then a penalty of 11 yards for Clarke Central, and yet another Newton County first down. This one puts them in position at the Clarke Central 11-yard line. 49 seconds remain here in your first quarter of action. Cordell Benton goes in motion, and the pitch is to Benton. Has a little running room on the right side. 10, cuts back in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown, Rams. Cordell Benton with an 11-yard run, and only one official made the signal. That was over on the far sideline. Those officials need their bowl of Wheaties tonight. Cordell Benton, an 11-yard run on the pitch. 6 points for Newton County.
Well, that referee on the side was about the only one that could see it because it was on the way on the other side of the football field. Cordell Benton did a good cut back there and used a lot of his speed and a lot of his strength to get across the end zone. Again, there was that quick pitch again that was so successful on those first 2 drives, and Newton County has found a play that will work for them.
West Billingsley will be in to attempt the extra point. I'm still surprised that this crowd is as small as it is, given the fact that Clarke Central comes in at 1-5. Here's the snap. It's a good one. The hold is good. The kick is up. And the kick is good, and so West Billingsley puts a 7th point on the board. And with 42 seconds remaining, Rams with a 7-point lead, holding Clarke Central scoreless so far. We will take this timeout, and we'll be back with more exciting Newton County Rams football after this on WGFS AM 1430.
42 seconds left in your first quarter. Newton County Rams leading the Clarke Central Gladiators 7-0. Back with your play-by-play is Kevin Holden.
And the few fans that are here will be getting up on their feet in just a minute as West Billingsley will be set to kick off for Newton County. Back to receive, Bill Carter for the Gladiators, among others. Here's the kickoff from Billingsley. It's a low liner, bounces at the 30 and fielded at the 18-yard line by James Marshall. Marshall on the left side gains to the 30, to the 32, and out of bounds. And Newton County had better avoid the flag there, as after Marshall goes out of bounds, still hitting him there as he went out.
Jason Robin gave him a little friendly pat to remind him who he was, and I'm sure Clarke Central Gladiators have seen plenty of film on Jason Robin, so he just wanted to meet the Clarke Central bench, and he did just that.
He could have said hello to each and every one of them on that particular play. 14-yard return from Mr. James Marshall. After the 42-yard kick by Billingsley, Clarke Central takes over on downs. They have first down. They're at their own 32 to begin this drive. 68 yards away from a touchdown for Clarke Central. And the give on this play is to Kendrick. Kendrick diving up the middle, gains 3 yards, perhaps 4 on the play, maybe even 5. Rico Williams, among others, on the stop for Newton County, and Kendrick once again stopped.
Well, Kevin, have we seen the first quarter here? We've seen Newton County's defense swarming to the football. It's hard for us to call just one player who's making on the tackle, and that's a credit to the coaching staff of Newton County because they're teaching these young men to swarm towards the football, and that's exactly what we're seeing here in the first quarter.
Clarke Central is going to get a playoff maybe here to end this first quarter. No, they're not. Just as they were about to snap, the first quarter is over. So time runs out here in quarter number 1. And your score currently, Newton County 7, Clarke Central nothing. A good first quarter to this game, and we will be back with your second quarter of Ram football action right after this 30-second timeout on WGFS AM 1430.
Welcome back to Homer Sharp Stadium. Live with your play-by-play is Kevin Holden.
Okay, Paul Dailey, thank you very much. Power I formation for Clarke Central, one man in motion. The quarterback, Chaz Chastain, gives to Kendrick around the right side. Kendrick 35-40, 45-50, 45-40. Michael Sellers, one man to beat him, and he brings him out of bounds. In Newton County territory, around the 30-yard line, Michael Sellers, a touchdown-saving stop, and Sellers a little winded on the play.
I'll tell you what, the first couple series there for Clarke Central, I really didn't notice how big that Rip Kendrick is, but he is a monster out there. He is bigger than his offensive line, and I guarantee you we'll be hearing his name as he goes into the college ranks. Very good back.
26-yard gain for Kendrick, and the first time that a first down has been gained by the Clarke Central Gladiators in this game as the referees take a timeout. While they do, why don't we take this timeout, and we will be back with more exciting Newton County Rams football, doing it rapid fire tonight. We'll be back right after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Back here at Homer Sharp Stadium, Mike Sellers was injured on the play. He's walking off. Back with your play-by-play is Kevin Holden.
We'll check and see on the condition of Mike Sellers in just a minute. Clarke Central has first down at the Newton County 38-yard line. Sellers injured trying to take Rip Kendrick out of bounds, which he did successfully, but he may have injured himself. We'll see what effect that has on him, and if he continues to play in this game, he's been taken out for the time being. Give to the fullback, Terrell, out to the 32-yard line as he gains fairly close to a first down. Torrance McCollum, a few others in on the stop there for Newton County.
Newton County is giving a little bit more yards away on this drive. Looks like Clarke Central is go ahead and tighten up their chin straps and coming out here and playing in the second quarter. Newton County is going to have to do the same. They can't be satisfied with a 7-0 lead because 7 points is not going to win this ball game. So Newton County's got to tighten up, get that defensive line to penetrate, and let the linebackers do their work.
Second down and 5 yards to go as Clarke Central now on the Newton 33 after that 5-yard gain by Terrell. And a timeout is going to be taken by Clarke Central. Paul will keep it here and talk about this first quarter of action. Clarke Central has gained only 1 first down in this game. Newton County has gained 8 already, and they have the 1 touchdown to their credit, a 7-0 lead, and something really impressive to give to these home fans.
Well, Newton County has changed their defensive formation a little bit. We usually see Tommy Taylor, Rico Williams, and Lamar Hips there at linebacker. They're starting to switch some players around and showing a little bit of different defensive front there for Clarke Central, and I think that's why Chaz Chastain took a timeout there. He really wasn't sure what he was looking at. But Newton County has got to keep changing. They've got to keep penetrating the offensive line and play good defense to beat this Clarke Central football team.
Newton County's drive went 8 plays, 67 yards, capped by the 11-yard run on the pitch to Cordell Benton on the right side. An 11-yard run for Benton and a touchdown with 42 seconds remaining in that first quarter. That is the only points so far put on the scoreboard, but Clarke Central is threatening. Second down, 5 yards to go there on the Newton 33-yard line. Rams have been in effect in a 5-man front. Usually they play that 4-3 defense, but they've been bringing a 5th man up there for most of the evening. In fact, it looks like they've got 6 men up, very, very close to the line this time. 1 man in motion. Chaz Chastain, Clarke Central quarterback, is going to give to his back Kendrick, and Kendrick is going to be tackled immediately at the 32-yard line. Not much gain there. And Newton County once again stopping Kendrick. They've been excellent at that tonight.
Well, you look at Kendrick's side, like I said earlier, he's bigger than his offensive line, and he's not getting a whole lot of help up there. And it's really a shame for him to be in actually he's a senior, his senior year, and not have a whole lot of blocking, because that may lower his prospects of going into college. But college coach is going to look at him, and they see an excellent size, and he's going to be a good back in the college ranks.
Rip Kendrick has 590 yards rushing coming in. The second most for a Clarke Central back is 147 by Bill Carter. And the pitch is to Kendrick, right side. Kendrick to the 30-yard line and past the 30 to the 28. Looks like he's going to be gaining the first down there for Central. And on that pitch on the right side so far twice, it's been successful both times.
We see Clarke Central is very similar to Brookwood. Talent-wise, I think Brookwood's got them by a long shot, but they run basically the same offense. They rely on their one tailback, so did Brookwood, and we're seeing that here with Clarke Central. They're relying on Rip Kendrick to do all the work for them. Same thing with Brookwood Broncos.
First down for the Gladiators, Newton County 27-yard line, one wide receiver on the left side, that's Michael Greer. Chastain takes the snap and hands off to Kendrick. Kendrick to the 20-yard line. Michael Sellers on the stop, threw sort of a shoulder block in there and got hit in the back on the way down. We hope Sellers is okay. He's doing everything possible to get in Kendrick's way as Rip is stopped at the 20-yard line.
You don't really want to put your offensive quarterback out there playing defense, but when you're in Newton County shoes, you got to put your best athletes out there on the field, and that's why we're seeing Jason Robbins and Mike Sellers going both ways, and also some other players. You got to put them out there. You don't want to do it, but you have to, and that's what we're seeing here.
9:29 remaining on the scoreboard as Clarke Central continues to drive downfield. Central now has two wide receivers, two backs, a little different look there from the Gladiators. Chastain over center will take the snap and will give to Kendrick. Surprise, surprise. Kendrick will be stopped. Newton County gang tackling Telly Smith, Rico Williams. A couple of other folks there for Newton County on the stop. We saw Michael Sellers there. Tommy Taylor there also.
The whole defensive football squad was on that tackle except Toy Brown. He was over here covering the wide receiver. So you can credit 10 Newton County defenders on that tackle.
So in the defensive stats, they get 1/10 of a tackle each on
Each
that?
one of them get 1/10.
5-yard gain there for Kendrick, and another first down for Clarke Central as they begin a sustained drive. They began this one at their own 32-yard line. They're now at the Newton County 15 in this first down situation. Same setup, two wide receivers on the right side. Two running backs for the Gladiators. A man goes in motion. He's followed by Sellers. Pitches to Kendrick, this time on the left side. 20, 18, 17, past the 15 to the 13-yard line. Brought down by Toy Brown and Tommy Taylor.
Good play there by Toy Brown to come up and make that a tackle. Had one play earlier when we said when you have a lot of people on the tackle, a gang tackle, what you do is you wait till you'll be the last person to get up, then turn your back towards the press box, and the guy will call your number there. So you get credit for the tackle. That's what we used to do back in 1982.
Sounds like a good idea. I wonder if any of the folks on that defense know about that. If they do, I have a feeling they'll be flashing their numbers this way after they stop Mr. Kendrick. That's quite a feat to stop Rip Kendrick, the big running back for the Gladiators. One wide receiver on the left side. It's Perry Johnson. Chastain takes the snap. Give is to Kendrick. Kendrick to the 11. And he'll be brought down there. Not much gain, maybe 2 yards, perhaps 3. And Kendrick has carried the ball every time except one so far in this game. He has 11 out of the 12 Clarke Central carries.
Well, he's definitely their workhorse. He's a tremendous back, big kid. But if you run your back that many times in one quarter, it's going to tell on you because he's going to give out of gas. And he's not a two-way starter. He's not playing on the defensive side of the ball. But with this weather right here they're not used to, he's going to get tired.
Clarke Central had 1,068 rushing yards as a team coming in, almost 600 of that coming from Mr. Kendrick. Chastain over center. He'll take it on the right side. It'll be Chastain keeping it himself and hit hard and brought down at the 6-yard line. That was Tommy Taylor with an excellent hit and brought him down short of a first down.
Well, Tommy Taylor, like we said earlier, is the captain for tonight's game. So he's wanting to have a good game, and he's showing that here in the first half. A good tackle there. He had a lot of help from Telly Smith and a couple other players.
And timeout as they come to measure. Here comes the crew coming out to measure for the first down. We'll see if they get it. It's close to the 5-yard line, and I believe they're going to be short, and they are just a few inches short. So call it a 5 3/4 yard gain there by Chastain.
Well, I like to call they bring in the short yardage people, and my favorite player on the goal line there is Marcus England, 5'11", 280 pounds.
Fourth down for the Gladiators on the Newton County 6, just a couple of inches to go. And your man Marcus England may have some action here. Have a feeling they may give the ball to Kendrick here on this play. Just going out on a limb here.
If I was a betting man, which I am not, I would definitely bet on that young man, but I think Newton County here is going to take a timeout.
And they will, and so will we. We'll be back with more exciting Newton County Rams action. 4th and inches for the Gladiators. We'll be back after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Trust. Back here at Homer Sharp Stadium, I'm Paul Dailey with your color man, and also play-by-play is Kevin Holden.
Why, that's me, Paul. Thank you very much. We have got 7 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in your second quarter. 7-0 is your score. Newton County Rams on top on an 11-yard run from Cordell Benton. Clarke Central Gladiators, big situation here. 4th down. The ball is on the Newton 6-yard line. Couple of inches short of a first down. The Gladiators break huddle with Chastain over center. 3-back set this time, very similar to a wishbone formation. Big Rip Kendrick at the end. Chastain will take it himself, may not get the first down, Michael Sellers in on the stop. Also in on that one is Gary Brown, a freshman who has played quite well the last couple games.
That was just a little quarterback keeper, and Chaz Chastain took it over Ched Stroud, number 97, his right guard, and they picked up the first down. So it's going to bring up first and goal to goal for the Clarke Central Gladiators on the, let's call it the 6-yard line.
So a gain of just a couple of inches and just a few yards to go here for the Gladiators to pick up the touchdown. On this drive, they have already picked up 4 first downs. Again, as we mentioned, this drive, if it's a touchdown drive, will have gone 68 yards. Chastain gives to Kendrick. Kendrick breaks one tackle, breaks another. Over the goal line and out of bounds, just short of the goal line as the referee on the right side makes the call. Michael Sellers, another good stop.
Good stop there by Michael Sellers. Rip Kendrick went into the end zone, but he forgot to bring the football with him, and the football rolled out of bounds on the, I guess, the 1 foot marker, actually right there, right at the pylon. So he's a few inches outside the goal line. He just forgot to bring the ball with him after a big stick by Mike Sellers.
It'll be second down on the width of a finger to go here for Clarke Central. And Newton County really got to buckle the bootstraps here, perhaps.
Who do you think they might go to here?
Rip Kendrick. Let me check my roster. Yes, Rip Kendrick, a senior. Two backs said Kendrick is there. Chastain keeps it himself. Did he get in for the touchdown? So far, no signal from the referees. And Chastain may have been short of the touchdown. As we mentioned, still no signal from the referees, and they're going to spot it short of a touchdown. So Chastain with no gain. And right after we said they go to Kendrick, Chastain with the keeper, fell short.
That tells you exactly why I'm not a betting man, because I can't call him. Apparently, Coach Billy Henderson from Clarke Central is not listening to me, but I guarantee they're going to go to their big workhorse this time, number 14, Rip Kendrick.
The nose of that football is on the goal line, just an inch or two short of the goal line. Third down and the smallest of amounts here for Clarke Central. And they do give it to Kendrick, and touchdown, Gladiators. Kendrick gets into it a little bit there with Gary Brown. Brown a little upset there as Kendrick was taking Brown into the end zone. That's a big guy to try to stop one-on-one. And Kendrick with the 1-yard touchdown run.
Got a player down hurt, and I think it's number 51. I don't really want to speculate here. It looks like it may be number 57, Marcus England. Look like he's down a little bit, may have got stomped on there. It's very easy to do there on the goal line. A lot of people close in together and just hitting each other real quick. And there's one player down there from Newton County.
Again, not willing to speculate at this time, but they are attending to that player down on the field. He is right there beyond the goal line as Coach Stanley Allen and a couple of trainers are tending to that player. Touchdown by Rip Kendrick, a run of about 2 inches from that 2-inch line. Makes it 7-6. We have 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining here in your second quarter of action. It was a 68-yard drive. Rip Kendrick taking the ball on that particular drive 9 times. 4 other carries, 1 by Terrell and 3 by Chastain, including one that just missed on the goal line as the Gladiators were on the Ram 2-inch line and Chastain couldn't get it in. Kendrick did on third down. We're going to take this break, and we will be back in 60 seconds to continue your Ram football action right after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Thinking about buying a new...
Attempt the extra point, Rick Selleck, and the extra point is good, and we are tied at 7 here with 5 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in your second quarter, and we will keep it right here after the extra point there from Mr. Selleck. 7-7 your score, and Marcus England was the player down on the goal line, but he is just fine. He came off the field under his own power ball.
Looks like they're working, attending on his foot there. It looks like he may have got a sprained ankle. Or actually, they're working on his toe, so he probably just got his toe stepped on, and they have the trainers down there, and they'll probably tape it up and get that young man back in to play football.
That's one disadvantage of playing in the cold weather. Those type of injuries a little more common.
Oh boy, it multiplies the hurt by about 10 when your feet are cold and wet, and someone steps on them with a cleat. That actually intensifies the pain tremendously.
Selleck will be kicking off here for Clarke Central. We may want to mention something about Rip Kendrick, who has already carried the ball 15 times in this game. Kendrick is playing with a cast on his left hand after some torn ligaments in his finger. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's the kick from Selleck. High end over end kick fielded at the 10 by Cordell Benton. He's down to the 20, 25, 30, and is brought down at the 31-yard line. And he is brought down by Bill Carter and Brad Blanchard from the Gladiators. It'll be a kick of 50 yards from Mr. Selleck and a return by Cordell Benton from the 10 out to the 31-yard line. That'll be a 21-yard return.
Newton County needs to go ahead and establish another good offensive drive, take some time off the clock like they did the first couple of drives, and get down there and put in a touchdown with only a few seconds remaining, and it'll be good for the halftime. Newton County's got to establish a good offensive side series here.
They began their last drive on their own 33. They're beginning this one on their own 31. Sellers will keep it himself after the fake handoff to the 35-37. Good forward power running and brought down at the 37-yard line. McCullough Hodgson, a defensive back, a junior, brought Sellers down, and the spot will be at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 7 for Mr. Sellers.
Good play, good decision there by Mike Sellers, the quarterback for Newton County. He rode the fullback dive as long as he could. Saw that there was no gain on the play, so he took the ball back out and decided to keep it and picked up a big 6-yard gain.
Same formation for Newton County, a spread-type formation with Cordell Benton in motion. Sellers gives, and the back will take it out to the 39-yard line. Looks like Gaither on the carry. And Gaither with a gain of about a yard, maybe a little bit more.
As we look down onto the field, I saw a lot of Clarke Central football teams, and this is definitely the smallest one I've ever seen. The defensive linemen, usually back in the mid-80s and the early 80s, we saw defensive linemen up in the 280s, 290-pound area, and now we're looking at probably 200 and 220 pounds.
Rams are at third down situation, 2 yards to go for a first down. They give to Benton, first down, and tripped up at the 43-yard line. May have had running room for a large gain on that right side. Al Stevens with the tackle, and it will be first down, Newton County.
Good play there by number 1 from Clarke Central. Number 1 is Al Stevens. He came up and did just a shoelace tackle, and it was enough to bring down Cordell Benton for actually he picked up the first down, but he had a lot of running room ahead of him.
So Stevens with perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle there. We were talking about the Rams who could be in the playoff hunt this year, as we mentioned. In order to do that, they would have to sweep out the rest of their schedule this game, then next week at Berkmar, then 2 weeks from now at home against South Gwinnett. A few other factors would have to go their way, but the Rams still there in that playoff race, and the flag is thrown. Someone moved over on that Clarke Central defensive line. It was number 59, Garmo Profit, and we'll see if he was tempted by that Newton County offensive line to jump offside.
Well, not only did he move, Andy Rudd in the backfield moved as well, so it's going to be whoever the referees decide to give the penalty to, and it looks like they're going to penalize Clarke Central.
So the penalty goes against the Gladiators.
Newton County got a real big break there. Andy Rudd jumped off all sides also, but I don't think any of the referees spotted that, and is going to call Clarke Central for a 5-yard penalty.
First down for Newton County, only 5 yards to go, though, as the first down marker sits at the Clarke Central 47. Rams on their own 48. Sellers goes over center, takes the snap from Denman, gives to Benton on the reverse. Benton 45, 40, 39, and brought down well into first down territory. And again, great running from Cordell Benton, Bill Carter, and Al Stevens making the stop, but they're well into Clarke Central territory now at the 39-yard line after a gain of 13 yards.
Very good reverse play there. The offensive line for Newton County did an excellent job there to hold their blocks. Jason Robbins came in for a play at tight end and sustained his block. Very good job by the offensive line on that particular play.
Yet another first down for Newton County, their 10th so far in this ball game. Adrian Carr on the right side, Cordell Benton on the left. Carr goes in motion. The pitch is to him on the left side. He is brought down for no gain, brought down at that 39-yard line as he ran into 3 or 4 Clarke Central defenders, including Brad Blanchard, number 45, on that left side.
Good job there by number 45 for Clarke Central Gladiators, Brad Blanchard. He extended the play out to the wide side of the field, and Adrian was not able to use his speed on the outside, and a good play there all around for Clarke Central's defense.
Time ticking away. We've got 2 minutes and 11, 10, 9 seconds remaining in this first half. So the Rams, if they're going to want to put it in the end zone, they have got a little bit over 2 minutes to do this.
You definitely want to score here late in the second quarter. If not 6 points for on a touchdown, you definitely want to get your field goal kicker down there close for him to attempt a field goal.
Rams need to hurry to get this play off in time. Sellers calls for the snap, gets it. He will keep it himself. Goes to the right side. Goes to the 35, the 30, 25, 21. Brought down. First down, Newton County. And again, Blanchard the tackle, and Michael Sellers, this time reading the defense correctly, saw a hole over on this right side as most of the folks down on that left side of the field.
Mike Sellers has matured tremendously over the last 7 games. The first game we saw with him at Heritage, he was not making very wise decisions on the option, but here in the 7th game of the season against a tough Clarke Central team, he's making wise decisions and picking up big yardage.
17-yard gain on that play. Another first down for Newton County there at the Clarke Central 22. Michael Sellers going over center. He's going to take it himself again on the right side. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Rams. A 22-yard run from Michael Sellers, reading the same play. Looked like a carbon copy of the play we saw in that last one. This time Sellers going in unmolested, 22 yards and a score.
Oh, man, you have to be here to see the block there by Cordell Benton. He delivered an excellent block there to spring Mike Sellers free on the right-hand side to go down the sideline for 6 points. Cordell Benton, you can give him 6 points there because he's the one that did the work.
The score is 13-7 in favor of Newton County. The best part about that touchdown on that sustained drive, we've got 1:13 remaining. Not much time for Clarke Central to do anything. In to attempt the extra point is Wes Billingsley. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Wes Billingsley 2 for 2 tonight in extra points, and the Rams are leading now by a score of 14-7. And the few Ram fans that are here, they're on their feet cheering the Rams as they head back, as they have a touchdown lead on a team in which they are lifetime 1-11 against in the history of Newton County High School. We'll take this break, and we will be back with more exciting Newton County Rams football after this on WGFS AM 1430.
At home video, they'll...
Newton County is leading 14-7 over Clarke Central Gladiators. Back with your play-by-play is Mr. Kevin Holden.
Wes Billingsley with the kick. It's a low liner, bounces at the 35, rolls like a spiral down to the 17. It's fielded at the 17. Number 28, Mike Smith, takes it. Smith is still up, 25, 30, 32-yard line. He's finally brought out of bounds there at the 32, tackled by a couple of Ram defenders. Mike Smith, number 28 for the Gladiators, fielded that one at about the 15-yard line. And the spot is going to be at the 31, a 16-yard return.
You got a low line kick there by Wes Billingsley, and if you look up on the clock, that whole play there, the kickoff took 12 seconds off the clock, and that's exactly what Coach Cook wanted to happen, and you got to be pleased with the kickoff coverage team.
The ball is at the Clarke Central 31-yard line. Gladiators first down and 10, but very little time with which to do any damage. 54 seconds remain. And now time ticking away. Chaz Chastain going to be passing on first down. Pass is complete to Perry Johnson. Johnson 40, 45, 50, and brought out of bounds. Good tackle there from Rico Williams. Rico grabbed the shirt of Perry Johnson, sort of dragged him out of bounds after grabbing his shirt.
Yeah, you don't really want that receiver to get out of bounds because if he gets out of line, it stops the clock, and Clarke Central got a break there because of the wide receiver, number 4 for Clarke Central. Perry Johnson was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock, so Clarke Central will have it 1st and 10 on their own 48-yard line.
Pass play was 17 yards for the Gladiators, their first pass play. In fact, the first pass play that we have seen in this entire game. Didn't know they could still throw the football. Chastain passing again on first down. Pass is complete to the 45-yard line, still up to the 44, 43, and brought down at that 43-yard line. The pass was complete, and we'll see who that was complete to here in just a moment.
Lamar Hips on the tackle. Very good tackle there by Lamar Hips because there was a couple of missed tackles for Newton County. Mike Sellers missed the tackle, and Torrance McCullum missed the tackle, and Lamar Hips was over there to save his teammates and make a very good tackle.
Michael Greer with the reception there for Clarke Central. Close to a first down, but not quite, and the Gladiators are going to take a timeout. We'll keep it here as Clarke Central close to that first down, but not quite there.
Newton County definitely wants to keep Clarke Central off the board here. It'll be kind of unhardening for the Duke County defense and offense to go in there at halftime and allow a late score by Clarke Central. So they need to buckle up the chin straps. How many times have I said that? And they need to play good defense here with 27 seconds remaining in the first half.
But if there's any time that you said it, Paul, right now it is true more than ever. We have 27 seconds remaining. As you mentioned, a 7-point lead here for Newton County, looking to maintain that lead.
Well, Clarke Central always has a good field goal kicker. I don't really know a whole lot about Rick Selleck, their field goal kicker and punter of this year, but tradition football that Clarke Central has had, they've always had a good field goal kicker, and I'm sure Rick Selleck falls in that category as well.
Clarke Central last year fell one field goal short of winning the state championship as they lost to Valdosta last year. Chastain passing again on first down. It is complete and brought out of bounds. Torrance McCullum brings Perry Johnson out of bounds. A sort of a bad play there from number 6 Torrance McCullum, as bringing him out of bounds stops the clock.
Good coverage, excellent coverage there by Torrance McCullum, but he drove him in the ground the wrong way. He drove him in the ground actually the wrong way. He drove him into the Clarke Central sideline when he really wants to drive him backwards and keep him in the field of play and let the clock continue. The clock is stopped with 22 seconds.
Gladiators have been pretty impressive passing here in this drive. 22 seconds remain. Still a 7-point lead for Newton County. Chastain passing, and was it complete? It was at the 27-yard line. And it looks like the pass is complete, and it will be, and it'll be a first down as the pass was complete to Greer, and another first down.
Well, Newton County is in their prevent defense. They've got Gary Brown, Torrance McCollum, Mike Sellers, and Tory Brown deep in the secondary, but they're getting absolutely no penetration from the defensive line. Tommy Taylor, Marcelo Baines, and a couple other. Reggie Bennett's going to have to get in there and apply some pressure to Chaz Chastain.
They've got 16 seconds. Clarke Central does to score a touchdown. It would tie the score. Chastain will give this time on a pitch to the right side, and out of bounds. That pitch was to James Marshall. Jason Robbins hit him and knocked him out of bounds, and Marshall will be at the first down territory.
Good tackle there by Jason Robbins, even though the Clarke Central tailback was able to pick up the first down. Clarke Central's got 10 seconds to do something with. They'll probably run one play, then if they can't get it in there, they might bring their field goal unit onto the field.
Clarke Central has been so successful in this drive in passing. Do not be surprised if we see them pass a little more in the second half. That was a 5-yard gain. Williams coming up, potentially blitzing on that left side. Give us to Kendrick. Initial stop by Marcelo Baines. Gets by him and out to the 42. Good run from Kendrick, but Marcelo Baines was right there. And just short of a first down, I believe, will be Kendrick.
We hadn't really called Marcelo Baines' name a lot in the first half. He had a real big game. Actually, he was the player of the week last week at Rockdale. Newton County's defensive line did a good job in that series. Kelly Smith, Reggie Benton, and Marcelo Baines did a tremendous job along with Tommy Taylor.
Clarke Central brings an entirely new unit onto the field, including their punter, Rick Selleck, but you've got to wonder because they're only a yard short of the first down. And we'll see what Clarke Central will do here in this situation. Back to receive is Cordell Benton for Newton County. He has had a stellar night. Clarke Central will punt, and Selleck gets the punt off. It's an end-over-end kick, bounces once at the 30, takes a Clarke Central hop. Benton fields it at the 20-yard line, gains to the 25, 30, 35, 40, out to the 44-yard line.
Tremendous return there by Cordell Benton. He is so quick. Even on a wet field like we have out here on at Homer Sharp Stadium tonight, we got a wet field, but he's showing tremendous quickness and speed using his foot and his foot speed to just juke and jive and pick up plenty of yards. He was there stopped. I mean, there was a player right there on him, number 42 for the Clarke Central Gladiators. Bill Carter was there to stop him, and he just put a move on him and was able to pick up another 15 yards.
It was a 24-yard return in all from Cordell Benton to Newton County. Great field position. They're on their own 44-yard line, first down and 10. Sellers will hand off on the play to Andy Rudd. Rudd, the straightforward runner, maybe to the 48-yard line, and he is brought down there at the 48. Not much gain. That's the way Andy Rudd runs the football. Al Stevens on the tackle.
When we call Andy Rudd's name, he's in there just to establish that dive play. Haven't seen him break a long one this year, but that's something that's probably going to happen before this year's out because they know Andy Rudd's a very strong runner, and he's going to provide us some excitement on into the future.
Still have yet to see the wishbone formation at all this game from Newton County. They're using one man wide on each side. And the give is to Adrian Carr. The reverse finds running room. The 50, 45, 40 trips up and falls at the 35. Carr upset with himself. He had open field, probably saw it just a little bit too soon. Tripped up at that 38.
Good play there by Newton County. It was just an option reverse dive, and Adrian Carr was in motion, and Mike Sellers gave him off to the left-hand side, went straight off tackle, and picked up a very big gain. Only one defender to beat, and the defender just stuck his hand out there, and Adrian tripped over him. So Newton County is going to have it first and 10 on the Clarke Central Gladiator 35-yard line.
That's a 17-yard gain there from Adrian Carr. Sellers will take the snap, and he will give to Benton on the delay. Clarke Central read it perfectly, though, and Benton just gains a couple of yards.
number 52 there for Clarke Central, Joey Hall, made a good stick there. The same play that they gave to Adrian the play before, but they went to the other side with Cordell Benton, and he didn't have that much success. Good play there by Joey Hall for the Clarke Central Gladiators.
Rams have done a very good job of holding on to the football, not fumbling it at all so far tonight, except for the one play behind the line of scrimmage, the one where Sellers missed the pitch, had the fumble. Adrian Carr turned that into a big gain. We've got 7:25 remaining in the third quarter. Newton County Rams on top by 4 points. Sellers will keep it himself on the left side after the fake handoff, gains to the 27, knocked out of bounds right there. Rory Taylor knocks him out of bounds. And short of a first down will be Sellers, but an excellent run.
Those guys up front are doing a tremendous job pushing the Clarke Central defensive front off the ball. Drew Denman, Charles Brake, Doug Parrish, T.J. Harper, and Kelvin Usher are doing a tremendous job up front for Newton County's offense.
This has got to be a humbling experience for the folks up there at Clarke Central, going 1-5 this year. This is something they haven't seen since back in the mid-'70s.
I'm sure the whole town of Athens is in shock over this Clarke Central football team, but things like that are going to happen. I mean, you're going to have breaks in tradition, and you got a great coach over there, probably one of the best coaches in high school football history, is Billy Henderson. So Clarke Central is just going to suck it up and play ball.
Newton County running out of the wishbone formation this time. Give us to Benton. Tripped and fell at the 25-yard line. He is brought down there by Mike Smith. Cordell Benton is short of a first down, unfortunately. We'll see based on the measurement if he is or not, but Cordell Benton with a couple of yard gain on that play. You were talking, Paul, about the city of Athens and their football. Of course, they do have the Cedar Shoals Jaguars, only one loss in a playoff-bound team, so they have somebody that they can cheer for, as Cordell Benton did pick up a first down.
That's a very split community, though. Half the community loves Cedar Shoals, half the city loves Clarke Central. So it really depends on where you're at in Athens, depending on what high school team you cheer for.
6:45 remains. Wishbone formation again. Benton takes the give and goes to the 23-yard line this time on the first down play. Cordell Benton just a couple of yard gain. Rams driving slowly but surely downfield.
One thing we have not seen tonight, we've seen Jason Robbins in on the offensive side, but he's playing tight end. We haven't seen him at fullback, and it really surprised me. But after last week, what we saw at Rockdale, Coach Cook is putting him in at tight end and providing a lot of blocking there on the corner.
Robbins as tight end is over on the left side on this play. Cordell Benton goes in motion. Andy Rudd will take the football and will gain to the 20-yard line. He'll be short of a first down, and he is brought down by Taylor.
Every play that we look out there, that they run to Jason Robbins' side of the field, and he's doing a tremendous job there blocking at a tight end slot. And he hasn't done that all year. Just the last couple of games he's come in to provide a little push for the offensive line. Just got to get T.J. Harper and Doug Parrish and a couple of those guys to push just as hard, and Newton County will have a lot of success in the last few games of the season.
Drew Denman leads the team to the line as we have now just over 5.5 minutes remaining in this quarter. Adrian Carr will take the handoff. He will gain down to the 15-yard line. May have fumbled on the play. Several Clarke Central defenders are down on the football, but I believe the referees have already motioned that Adrian Carr was down.
Good call there by the referees. The ground cannot cause a fumble in high school ball or college or pros, and that's exactly what happened there. Adrian went belly first on the ground, and the ball popped loose. Very good call by the referees.
It'll bring up a first down situation for Newton County as Adrian Carr got just enough yardage for the first down. They were at the 25 beginning that particular series of plays. They made it to the 15, and the nose of the ball sitting right at the 15. First down and 10 for the Rams.
As we say that, Jason Robbins lines up at fullback.
Here's the give to Robbins. It is a fumble on the play. Sellers will take it on the left side. Picked it up and gained to the 14-yard line. So Jason Robbins had some trouble, but Sellers bailed him out and gained a yard.
Jason's first carry tonight, and he got stuck right there at the line of scrimmage and popped the ball free. And luckily, Mike Sellers was trailing the play and was able to pick up the ball and gain maybe a yard or two. Jason is a little bit dissatisfied with himself because he fumbled, but you can't expect him to hold on to it all the time because he's just not used to being out there. But he's a little dissatisfied with himself. He's a tremendous competitor.
The Rams have had some pretty good luck so far in those fumbles. 2 fumbles, not in a position where Clarke Central could pick them up. Only Ram people around that football when they fumbled it so far. The Rams go back to that spread-type formation. Cordell Benton, Adrian Carr on either side of that offensive line. One back, that's Patrick Gaither, and the give is to Gaither, and he is stuffed right there at the line of scrimmage. He is not going to have any gain on this play as he's brought down by Joel Harbor, the initial man on the hit.
Mike Sellers, when he watches the film Sunday afternoon or Monday afternoon, he's going to wish that he kept that ball right there. He was a delayed dive there to Patrick Gaither, and if Mike would have decided to keep that ball, he would have had a free ticket to the end zone from 15 yards out.
A lot of times when you split up a defensive stat, you split it up into inside the 20 and just overall stats. Clarke Central has been very good so far inside the 20. Rams had first down at the 15 after 2 plays. They're at the 14. Third down, it'll be to Cordell Benson on the pitch. He gains down to the 10 to the 9-yard line, and he is brought down there. Looks like he is going to be short of the first down. The initial hit was Al Stevens, who was pumped up after the play because he knows Benton is short, and the Rams may have to attempt a field goal. Here comes Billingsley.
Good drive there by Newton County, but again they stall right there in the 15 to the 10-yard line for Clarke Central. You got to get it. You got to stick that ball in the end zone to win in Quad A football. They're bringing West Billingsley on to try about a 26-yard field goal.
The 26-yard attempt from West Billingsley. On the field goal attempt, the kick is up, and it's going to be a close one, and it is good. West Billingsley with the field goal makes it 17-10 in favor of Newton County, so they gain back that touchdown lead that they had coming into the final minutes of the second quarter. It's 2 minutes and 47 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take this time out. No, we won't. We're going to keep it right here with 2:47 remaining. And Paul, another drive here for the Rams in which they started on their own 44. Good sustained drive. It went a total of 11 plays, and then with fourth down from the Clarke Central 9, Coach Cook electing to go for 3 points.
Well, you got to be a little dissatisfied that you didn't stick it in there for 6 points, but at least you come away with 3 points, and you get that 3 points that you allow Clarke Central to get there late in the first half. So Newton County got to be satisfied with that drive.
And the Rams will be kicking off here after making the field goal. Wes Billingsley handling all the kicking duties tonight. Billingsley, a junior, this is his second full year as the kickoff man for Newton County. Most of his kicks have been very low liners. This one is exactly the same, and it will bounce at the 32-yard line. And pouncing on it right there is Clarke Central. No chance for Newton County to get to that football. And Ricky Grissom, I'll bet that's the only time he's ever had a chance to return a kickoff, and he downs it at the 32.
Clarke Central's very well disciplined. That's the reflection of their coaching staff, and a lot of young men will like to pick that ball up and see what they can do with it. But Clarke Central's shown a lot of discipline by just falling on the ball and giving their offense great field position.
The reason why I say that Grissom has probably never had a kickoff return is he wears number 91, and usually your folks that return kickoffs don't wear numbers nearly that high. Clarke Central first down on their own 31-yard line. Chastain keeps himself after the fake. He's going to run to the 35, 40, 45, running toward the sideline, cuts back in, 50, 45, and brought down in Newton County territory. Great run from Chastain and a great vision of the field that he was able to see that big gap over on the right side, the near sideline, over by Coach Cook, who was displeased, I'm sure, with that.
That was an option to the left side, and it was a bootleg back to the right, and Chastain was out there all by himself. It looked like he wanted to pass the ball on a delayed tight end trailing route, and the tight end wasn't there, so he just decided to look at all that open field and decided to take it up under his arm and run for a big gain, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Clarke Central on the Newton County 46-yard line.
To be precise, it is a 23-yard gain from Chastain, first down at the Newton 46. Clarke Central driving downfield. Minimal time here in the third quarter. Kendrick gets the football, gains 2-3 yards, diving right up the middle. Really nothing more than that. Lamar Hips on the stop, along with Telly Smith and Marcelo Baines for Newton County.
Rip Kendrick's a very big back. He just looks like that thumb may be bothering him because he's not. It doesn't look like he's running full speed to me. I mean, he's tremendous size, got a tremendous speed, and he's very well known around the state as being one of the top prospects in the state. But he just looks like he's running a little bit timid. Maybe one of the defenders for Newton County stuck him a little bit, and he might be timid going across the line of scrimmage.
Rams have a 1-touchdown lead as Clarke Central sends 2 wide receivers to the left side, 2 folks in the backfield. One man goes in motion. Chastain will take it himself, tries to run on the left side, is tripped up and falls at the 38. Telly Smith tripped him up, just grabbed his feet, tripped him there at the 40. Chastain getting out to the 38.
Newton County had a tremendous break right there. If Chastain decides to keep going to the left side of the ball field and pitches it, Rip Kendrick and also the Carter, the tailback Mr. Carter, his number is 42. Bill Carter. They had a lot of daylight out there. Chaz Chastain had chose to do the wrong thing there, but he still picked up 3 or 4 yards.
32, 31, 30 seconds remain in quarter number 3. The Rams have a 4-man front here on the 3rd down and 3 situation for Clarke Central. Chastain gives to Kendrick. Kendrick has the first down and is down to the 33-yard line, keeping that Clarke Central drive alive. Michael Sellers, one of the men in on the tackle, along with Torrance McCullum and number 24, Gary Brown.
It's just a straight, quick dive. That's just, line it up and let's play football. The type of offense that we're seeing here, power I using that big back. Kendrick is fullback and Bill Carter tailback. A quick dive, and Kendrick picks up the first down. Clarke Central is driving here, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
So that'll do it for quarter number 3, and with only 12 minutes of football remaining, Newton County holding a 1-touchdown lead, about to beat the Gladiators, we hope, for only the 2nd time in school history and for the first time since 1987. We will take this break and we will
begin your 4th quarter of action with your play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
12 minutes of football remain, and Newton County has a 7-point lead over the Gladiators. Fortunately for Newton County, they did get a chance to pick up a field goal that's given them the 7-point lead. Unfortunately, Clarke Central has been driving. They've started this one at their own 31. They have first down and 10 at the Newton County 33. Chastain is going to keep it himself, running down the right side, has some open room, 20, 15, and out of bounds. Torrance McCullum knocked him out, but it looks like a first down for Clarke Central as Chastain once again with some great vision of the field.
Well, Clarke Central got away with one right there. They sent a guy in motion, and he started up the field, and that's supposed to be an illegal procedure. The referees did not catch that, and Clarke Central had a real big break there.
Another first down for Clarke Central. It's their 3rd of this half. They have yet to score so far in the second half. They only ran 7 plays from scrimmage in the 3rd quarter. That's something Newton County has been excellent in doing, is the ball control. They have kept the opponents away from the football. The opponent's offense is what we're talking about. They've kept them away from the football. Chastain goes over center. First down at the Newton County 19. Pitch to the right side at number 42, Carter. Carter goes out of bounds at the 14, perhaps the 13-yard line. He is knocked out by Gary Brown, Torrance McCullum, along the defense for Newton County. Not quite to first down territory, but a good gain nonetheless for Mr. Carter.
Looks like the running backs for Clarke Central are running with a little bit more authority. Earlier in the first half, I said that Rip Kendrick maybe looked like he's getting tired. Apparently, he took some Gatorade at halftime and rejuvenated himself, him and Bill Carter, and they've done a good job here in the 4th quarter.
Second down and 4 yards to go here for Clarke Central. They're on the Newton 13. Kendrick takes the ball. He will be short of a first down. Jason Robbins, Michael Sellers with the initial hit, and Jason being congratulated all around by his teammates, stopping Kendrick from picking up the first down.
2 big quad A football players right there, Rip Kendrick versus Jason Robbins, and I think Jason got the better of that match. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2, maybe 3 yards for Clarke Central.
Couple of substitutions for Clarke Central here on the 3rd down situation. We see coming in Danny Brooks, a senior flanker. Brooks is probably the smallest guy out there on the football field. He wears number 10, Paul, and they're going to line him up in the backfield. Wishbone formation for Clarke Central. 3rd down, 11:03 remaining in the ballgame. Chastain takes it himself. He'll have the first down, it looks, and he is brought down at about the 9-yard line.
It's going to be very close there. He had to get across the 10-yard line, about the 9.5 to pick up the first down. It's going to be very close. I think the referee's going to call it a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10. Actually going to be 1st and goal to go for Clarke Central Gladiators.
First down from the Newton County 9-yard line. Time for the Rams to really get it going here. They are winning by 7 points, the Newton County Rams. They have a chance to sense a victory here. In so many years past, Clarke Central has just blown Newton County away. Last year, 53-21 was your final score, with Clarke Central playing their 2nd unit in there for most of the second half. Newton County looking to avenge that this year. Chastain goes over center, first down at the Newton County 9. Chastain will give to Kendrick, who will gain about a yard or two maximum as he gets down to the 7-yard line. A couple of Newton County defenders in on the stop. One of them still down on the field. That's Marcelo Baines. He is up and okay.
Good play there by Marcelo Baines. What we're seeing here tonight is role reversal. Clarke Central's usually coming in here favored, and I think Newton County was favored to win tonight. So this is a role reversal, and Clarke Central is having to do everything scratching, clawing, fighting to get in here and try to tie this ball game up. So a little bit of role reversal here at Homer Sharp Stadium tonight.
Of course, for Clarke Central, you can expect them to be back in dominating form next year. That's the way they are. They don't rebuild, they just reload, to quote the phrase. Second down for the Gladiators at the Newton County 6 after the 3-yard gain. Chastain will take the snap. He's going to keep it himself, and he is tackled at the 8-yard line. Marcelo Baines with the initial stop, slowing the quarterback down so that Rico Williams and Mike Sellers could bring him down.
Well, it's going to take a big play for Newton County to stop the Gladiators here from scoring, and Marcelo Baines about had that play. He was penetrated the backfield, stopped Chaz Chastain for a little bit of a loss, but Chastain was able to fight and was able to go ahead about a yard. So one of the Newton County defenders here is going to have to make a big play to stop this Clarke Central Gladiator offensive.
Defensively, this could be the biggest play of the game for Newton County. Chastain goes over center, a 4-man front. He's going to keep it himself, looking to throw. The pass is up and complete. Touchdown, Gladiators. The pass is complete to number 4, Perry Johnson, and it's a touchdown for Clarke Central. Your score will be 17-16, of course, pending the extra point.
Good play there by Clarke Central. Caught Newton County way off guard. Newton County was waiting for a run, and they decided to do a bootleg to the left side of the field here, and Perry Johnson was very well covered by Toy Brown, but very good reception there by Perry Johnson.
Rick Selleck will be in to attempt the extra point to tie the game. Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good, and we have a tie ball game, folks. It's going to be an exciting one down the stretch. We have got 8:51 remaining in your game. 17-17, your score. We'll be back with the exciting remaining 9+ minutes of football right after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Ball game here at Homer Sharp Stadium. Clarke Central picks up a touchdown. Tied ball game 17-17 with the remainder of your play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Surprise, surprise. Thank you very much, Paul. 17-17 is your score, as Paul mentioned. 8 minutes, 51 seconds remaining. Rams looking to drive down the field and get some sort of advantage. They've been very good at the sustained drive this year. They need it in this situation with a tie ball game. The senior kicker, Rick Selleck, will be kicking off for Clarke Central. Cordell Benton, Adrian Carr will be back to receive. Here goes the kick. It is up, and it will be fielded at the 6-yard line by Adrian Carr. Adrian has some speed to the 20, to the 25, out to the 30-yard line, and brought down at the 31. Adrian using excellent speed to gain a 25-yard return after a 54-yard kick.
It's going to be gut check time, Kevin, for Newton County and also Clarke Central. Both these teams are very evenly matched, as we said earlier in the game. This down here, we got 8 minutes and 42 seconds. This is going to be gut check. Who wants the game the worst? And I think both teams are crashing and clawing, so it's going to go down to the last second. A very exciting game here at Homer Sharp Stadium.
First down, Newton County. They are 69 yards away from taking the lead. They're going to be eating that up 2, 3, 4, 5 yards at a time like they have been the entire game. You can expect that. Michael Sellers goes over center. His give is to Cordell Benton. Benton chews up 4 yards of the field and is brought down at the 34-yard line.
Good play there by Newton County. Only picked up maybe 3 yards, but a good sustained first down play. What you want to do here is you want to wrap that ball up. You do not want to give up a fumble here, because that would be devastating. So I'm sure Coach Cook is telling his backs to hold that ball with 2 hands and run through the holes that they're assigned to and try to get a score on the board.
We've just gone down under 8 minutes remaining. 2nd down and 7 for the Rams on their own 34-yard line. Adrian Carr will go in motion. Sellers will keep it himself, and he will gain and be tackled at the 35-yard line. And the initial hit there by Joey Hall, junior linebacker, hit Sellers behind the line of scrimmage. Sellers was lucky enough to fall forward to the line and perhaps even gain a yard.
It's very easy to call from up here. He should have pitched the ball on that side, had a sweep to the right. He decided to keep it and drive, go upfield. Would probably been better off if he would have pitched the ball, but it's very, very easy to see from up here, and you can't really second guess the quarterback's decision.
Possession play here for the Rams, 3rd down and 6 yards remaining. Sellers goes over center. There's one wide receiver. That's Patrick Warren. The pitch is to Adrian Carr. A couple of good blocks on that side. Carr to the 40 and just short of a first down and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. He is taken out of bounds there by Joey Hall. but he may be short of a first down. Adrian Carr, again, using that excellent speed, chewed up the 5 yards in almost no time.
Well, there was no hesitation on Coach Cook. I'm looking here at him, and he's going to send Jason Robin, the big junior, in there. And if it's fourth down and an inch, he is not going to punt here. He's going to send in his junior fullback, and he's going to go for it here, fourth down and about an inch.
Ball is on the 41-yard line, just a very, very small amount away from a first down. A couple of inches separates Newton County and a first down right now, but they've got to gain just those few inches to pick up the first down and keep this drive alive. It is a tie ball game, 17-17. This play pivotal for either team. If Clarke Central gets the football back in Newton County territory, it could be dangerous, and a timeout is going to be taken by Clarke Central. And while they do that, we're going to take this timeout, catch a breath, and come back with this fourth down play right after this on WGFS AM 1430.
Your play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Thank you very much, Paul. And it is fourth down for the Newton County Rams, just a few inches away from that first down play. And as you mentioned, there he is at fullback, big Jason Robbins, the junior. Last week against Rockdale, he gained 28 yards. We've yet to see him run the football. Well, we've seen him run it one time, and he fumbled the football on that one run. Michael Sellers over center, takes it, falls forward, close to a first down. Possibly has it. 22 guys in the middle of the field in a big pile. And did Michael Sellers get the first down?
I think they're going to call it a first down. I was looking for Coach Cook after that timeout to maybe go wide, because Clarke Central saw Jason Robbins in there at fullback and knew exactly what Newton County was going to do. And we don't have a call yet, but all the Newton County offensive team is sitting there signifying first down, and referees are going to call it a first down for Newton County on their own 42-yard line.
That's the biggest yard that the Newton County Rams have gained so far in this game, and perhaps in this entire year. The ball is on the 42-yard line, first down for Newton County. It is their fifth first down here in the second half. They gained 10 of them, make that 11 of them in the first half. Sellers goes over center at the first down and 10 play. Adrian Carr takes the football, not much gain. Dives out to the 43-yard line. Maybe not any gain at all on that play, as Adrian Carr tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
He was tripped up by number 53, Joel Harbor, for Clarke Central Gladiators. Adrian does a lot of that spin move, and right there he just actually spinned into Joel Harbor, and Joel brought him down there for only a yard gain.
Second down 9 for Newton County, and the Clarke Central defense has been pretty stingy here at the beginnings of this drive. Newton County beginning it at the 31. Cordell Benton on first down with a 3-yard run, then Michael Sellers with a 1-yard carry on second down. Adrian Carr gained 5 on the third down play, then Sellers with that 1-yard gain on the fourth down play. Adrian Carr running for only 1 yard here on the first down and 10. It's second and 9, and Robbins is going to take the football, make that Michael Sellers on the left-hand side after the fake to Robbins, and Sellers is knocked out of bounds at the 48. Lots of folks were on Jason Robbins after the fake, and they are really keying on Mr. Robbins.
Well, when they see that big number 85 coming to the ball game, and number 84, Kelly Smith, stays in the ball game, they know exactly where he's going to line up. He's going to line up 3 yards behind Mike Sellers, and you got to keep your eye on him, because he's a tremendous blocker and he has tremendous strength. But Mike Sellers decided to take the ball away from Jason and go around the left-hand side and pick up about 4 yards. And it's going to bring up a third, and let's call it a long 3, maybe 4 yards for a first down.
4 minutes and 13 seconds remain, and we have a tie score of 17-17. Cordell Benton, Adrian Carr on either side of the offensive line. We have one running back. Cordell Benton will take it on the right side, has a little running room, 50, 49, 48. Gains out to the 47-yard line. That's in Clarke Central territory. Will be good for a first down. Should stop the clock to allow them to move the chains.
Good decision there by Cordell Benton. He almost made a bad decision and started spreading it even wider. But they're going to call it a first down on the Newton County, or actually it's going to be the Clarke Central 48.5-yard line. Newton County picking away here. They're picking away. They're getting right at 10.5 yards each 3-down series, and it's taking a lot of time off the clock. So Newton County is putting themselves in a position maybe to win this game late here in the fourth quarter.
3 minutes, 37 seconds remain. The Rams have to gain 48 yards in that time, or at least get in position for Wes Billingsley to kick a field goal. He has had experience in game-winning field goals, as many of us know. Michael Sellers gives to Adrian Carr. Carr splits out to the left side, back to the 50, and he's taken out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Adrian Carr, looking for running room on that left side, actually lost some yardage on the play.
Well, we always talk about Adrian Carr's speed, but I think he's really well matched up here against Clarke Central because Mike Smith, number 28, the outside, actually he's the cornerback for Clarke Central, showed that he had just as enough speed or just the same amount of speed that Adrian Carr did and forced him out of bounds for a 2-yard loss.
The ball is now on the 48-yard line, second down for Newton County. It is gut check time, as you mentioned before. Time continues to tick away. We've got 3 minutes remaining. Rams are content to just eat more and more time off the clock, eat a little more yardage up down the field, but they've got to hurry up and get some sort of long yardage play with 2:51 remaining. Sellers is looking to pass. A good block. Passes up and incomplete, intended for Cordell Benton. And the pass very, very low, nowhere near Benton. Nothing that Benton can do about it.
Wasn't a very good pass there by Mike Sellers, but Cordell Benton's won defensive pass interference, and he should have got one there, but the referee right there in front of the Clarke Central bench decided not to throw his flag, but the pass wasn't going to be able to catch the ball anyway.
That's the first time that Michael Sellers has attempted a pass in this game. That is probably a factor in the fact that he was not able to complete the pass when you come out cold like that after running so many plays and also playing on offense and defense, as we mentioned before. Very tough to pass the football. And on third down, the Rams are going to run 2 wide receivers to the right side. Adrian Carr also out there on the right side. Sellers, with 2 men in there, is going to pitch to Carr. Carr gains to the 50, 45, still up to the 40. And he'll be out of bounds before he gets to the 40-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down, long yardage situation as Carr was pushed out of bounds on the far sideline over by the Clarke Central bench.
Looks like Coach Cook is going to send his punting unit on there. It's going to be 2 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The ball is on the Clarke Central 43-yard line. They're about, let's call it a long 5 yards, let's call it 6 yards for a first down. So it looks like Coach Cook is just going to try to pin Clarke Central deep in their own territory.
With 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining, we may see the Rams go to overtime for the first time in several years. Rams played a tie against Heritage, but in sub-region play, they do play overtimes. Here's the kick from Tommy Taylor. It's a short spiraling kick, which will bounce at the 30 to the 25 to the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Not a very good punt from Tommy Taylor, who's upset with himself after that.
Well, actually, the ball is going to be marked back up here on the 26-yard line because it did hit T.J. Harper as he was going downfield. So the referee's right on top of the play there. Hopefully, we was hoping that they didn't see that, but they're going to bring the ball up to the Clarke Central 26-yard line.
If Clarke Central is able to capitalize on this mistake, you can look to that right there. Tommy Taylor with a 16-yard punt. No return on the play, as we mentioned before, but Clarke Central is at their own 26-yard line. They've got minimal time remaining, but as we saw before, they are very excellent with the small time remaining. That 2-minute drill that you see a lot in the pros, they're actually pretty good at it here at Clarke Central High School. They have 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining.
Well, Coach Billy Henderson's definitely got his team ready here for this 2 minutes. We can see what they can do with 2 minutes remaining.
Chaz Chastain goes over center. We see no wide receivers as the ball, Chastain is going to pass here. On first down, the pass is up. And it isn't complete at the midfield. Yes, it is complete to the 48-yard line. What a catch there by Perry Johnson. It'll be to the Newton County 48, a devastating blow. What a catch by Johnson diving out of bounds.
Mike Sellers there on the coverage just a little bit. He found himself out of position there, and Perry Johnson was on his own sideline and brought in a big play there for Clarke Central. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Clarke Central on the Newton County 48-yard line.
We've got a minute 38, a minute 37 remaining. Clarke Central has 48 yards to drive for a touchdown. Newton County has got to stop them in this situation. Chastain is going to give to Rip Kendrick, and Kendrick will gain to the 44-yard line. And you'd imagine somebody is going to be calling a timeout here in a second, or perhaps Clarke Central just going to eat time off the clock on the run by Kendrick.
Well, I think Coach Henderson's got a lot of confidence in his field goal kicker. The last couple of PATs at the field, Rick Selleck came in and kicked. He kicked him over into the parking lot, so he's definitely got a lot of strength in his leg.
One wide receiver out to that left side. That's Danny Brooks. Brooks being covered by number 6, Torrance McCullum. Pass is complete to Johnson and out of bounds. possibly short of a first down. It's at the 39-yard line. Coach Billy Henderson, lots of other folks over there, as they're saying that he was out of bounds on the play. But apparently time will continue to run. 49 seconds remaining from Chastain to Johnson on the completion, and the ball is spotted at the 37-yard line, 7-yard gain. And Clarke Central, I think, is going to take a timeout in this situation, Paul.
A little bit of timeout there by Coach Henderson. He's not really satisfied with the mark there for the referees. Don't really know what the argument is about. It looks like it's going to bring up a first down. Don't really know what his argument is, but he's definitely getting on the referees out there. It's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Clarke Central Gladiators on the Newton County 37-yard line. And you got to think, with only 40 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter, they have a lot of confidence in their field goal kicker, Rick Selleck.
Looked like the argument there by Coach Henderson was that Johnson did get out of bounds. They said he did not, and therefore Henderson decided to go ahead and take the timeout. He's talking to his Clarke Central Gladiator team over on that far sideline. We've got 47 seconds remaining here in the ball game. 17-17 is your score. Ram defense looking for something big here, if nothing else than just to send this game into overtime.
Newton County's going to have to come up with a couple of big key defensive plays here. Jason Robbins on that last particular play was a blitz from the linebacker position. He got in there and delivered a big blow on Chastain, but it was just about a millisecond, a little bit too late, and Perry Johnson brought in a big reception.
1st and 10 for Clarke Central at the Newton County 37-yard line. 47 ticks of the clock is all that remains in this one. Chastain pitches to Bill Carter. Carter will run to the right side and will gain to the 33-yard line, and it looks like he got out of bounds with 40 seconds remaining and brought out of bounds by Michael Sellers.
Well, look for Clarke Central to continue to go each side of the ball field because they want their running backs or whoever has the ball for Clarke Central to get out of bounds to stop that clock, because if you get out of bounds, it's just like a timeout. You can get direction from the sideline, and that's exactly what Chastain is doing here from Coach Billy Henderson on the sideline.
Rams have got to stop them here with 40 seconds remaining. Very, very exciting finish, as we promised. A tie ball game, 17-17, and the few fans that did make it out here amidst the bad weather, which has cleared up for the most part for tonight's game, they are seeing a very exciting finish. Chastain goes over center, and he'll take the snap. He's looking to pass. The pass is up and incomplete, and a potential late hit there. As they wanted the late hit on Toy Brown, it will not be called, thankfully. The pass was intended for James Marshall. No, that was Michael Greer, pardon me, who that was intended for. I got so excited about Toy Brown, who wears number 25 for the Newton County Rams. Sort of a late hit there.
A little bit of home cooking there for Newton County, because that definitely should have been a 15-yard personal foul on Toy Brown. But the referee on that sideline decided not to call it, and a big break there for Newton County. Newton County's got to come up with a big play here to stop the Gladiators.
35 ticks of the clock remain. 3rd down for the Clarke Central Gladiators. They're at the Newton County 34-yard line. Chastain will take the snap, and it's fumbled at the 35-yard line. And it may be Newton County football. It is Newton County football. Carter with the fumble, and Newton County has the football with 28 seconds remaining.
Good play there by Newton County. A bad pitch from Chastain, and Newton County's defensive front just decided to jump on the ball. Don't really know who came up with the ball. Did you see who came up with the ball? I think it may have been Telly Smith, number 84 for Newton County.
We'll have to see who came up with the football. We'll have to ask somebody once this is over with. But the fumble by Carter on the play, and Newton County will have 1st down at their own 36-yard line. They have only got 20 seconds to get something off. They're going to try to do something here, as Sellers is going to pitch out to Adrian Carr. Carr is going to run it out of bounds and right into that Clarke Central bench. I bet he's hearing some words right now. They're at the 38-yard line in a timeout, or the equivalent of a timeout, taking it out of bounds. 11 seconds remaining.
11 seconds remaining, and one thing you do not want to do, you don't want to do anything stupid. You don't want to throw an ill-advised pitch. You definitely do not want to throw an interception. Look for Coach Cook to just keep the ball in the middle of the field. With 11 seconds and you got almost 65 yards to go, you just don't want to do anything. You don't want to go ahead and go into overtime, and maybe momentum, old Mo will be on your back.
Looks like we may see some overtime here. 11 seconds remain. Sellers looking to pass. The pass is up and deep. Cordell Benson, the intended receiver, and incomplete, intended for Benson. There will be 5 seconds remaining, and a 3rd down situation. Dangerous play.
Dangerous play there, but he did throw it long enough just in case. If Clarke Central would have intercepted the ball, they would have been deep in their own territory. But it's going to bring up a 3rd down, and with only 5 seconds remaining, and Newton County will be on their own 37-yard line.
If you're going to miss in a situation like that, it's best to miss long, and that's exactly what Sellers did.
If I was the head coach here, and I think I'd just fall on the ball and let the clock continue to run out and regroup and get ready for the overtime.
The Rams will have time for one more play. Michael Sellers will take it over center with only 5 seconds remaining. Sellers is looking to pass on 3rd down. Here it goes. The pass is up, and the pass is going to be intercepted at the 23-yard line. Let's get this guy down to the 30, 35, fumbled at the 35, and recovered by Newton County at the 36-yard line, but it's not going to mean a whole lot in this situation as time has expired in the game. 17-17 as we head to overtime. What an exciting ball game.
Good ball game here. We've seen an excellent ball game from Clarke Central and also Newton County. This is what sub-region is all about. Two very well-matched teams, and this is after 4 quarters of play. We're tied up 17-17, so we're going to go into an overtime and look for another exciting quarter here from both teams.
Let's take this 30-second timeout, and we'll be back with your overtime. 17-17 your score. You're listening to Ram Football here on WGFS AM 1430.
Your sports headquarters is Ludy Sports Shop in Newton Plaza. If you have a sports need, from fitted caps to jerseys to tennis shoes and cleats, Ludy.
Play all east-west running, gained no yards. A Clarke Central penalty of 15 yards, and they will be on their own 22.
Here we go, gut check again. Newton County's got it geared up, and they look like they're going in there prevent defense because it's bringing up a 1st down and country mile. Let's call it the 25. And Newton County's got to show that they're meaning business here in the overtime period.
When you call it 25, you call it right, Paul. It's 1st down and a country mile for the Clarke Central Gladiators. But they are able to pick up that mileage on the pass play, so we'll see what happens. Chastain over his center, and the pitch on this side is to Kendrick. Kendrick gets a block, gets out to the 25-27-yard line. He's brought down there. Toy Brown, Telly Smith, 2 folks near him on that tackle.
Good play there by Lamar Hips. He strung the ball player out. He was stride for stride with Rip Kendrick, and was able to make Rip Kendrick turn back inside and enable several other Newton County defenders to bring him down on the 27-yard line.
It's a gain of 5, still 2nd down, and a long ways to go. 21 yards to go for our 1st down. Time continues to tick down. 3 minutes, 44 seconds remaining here in this first period of overtime. They played to a 17-17 tie in regulation. 2 wide receivers to the right side, and Chastain is looking to pass in this situation. The pass is up, complete to number 3, who was hit on the 25 and brought down at the 26. It'll be a loss. And number 5 for the Clarke Central Gladiators, number 3, Maurice Terrell, after taking the completion, is stopped for a loss.
Good play there by Mike Sellers. He stuck him right there, both numbers on Clarke Central and also Newton County. Number 3, the 2 number 3s met head up there on the 25-yard line, and Mike Sellers brought him down for only maybe a yard, or actually no gain on the play.
3rd down and 28. Newton County could really help their own cause here by stopping the Clarke Central Gladiators. 2 wide receivers to the left side this time. 3rd and 21 for Clarke Central. Here comes the snap, and it is to Chastain, who may be keeping it himself here. He gains to the 30, 31, 2, 3, and will be brought down. A gang tackle from Newton County. Jason Robbins, Tommy Taylor, lots of other folks there on the tackle, and gains to the 35. We should see the punting unit.
Chastain is showing a lot of poise back there. He's actually putting a lot of moves on the Newton County defenders and is able to bring the ball up for positive yardage. He could have been thrown for a big loss there, but a lot of poise there by the Clarke Central quarterback, but still it's going to bring up a 4th down and 14 yards to go, and Cordell Benton and Adrian Carr are going to be deep to receive this punt.
Look to see the punt from Rick Selleck, the kicker, and as you mentioned, Benton and Carr will be back to receive. Here comes the snap. It's a low one. Telly Smith trying to block that punt. It's a high, long one, and Cordell Benton called for a fair catch, and it'll be at the 14-13 and knocked there by the Clarke Central defense. That punting team, and a very, very good punt that time from Rick Selleck. We'll see what the spot is. Paul, let's check the spot here. It'll be at the 12-yard line. That means it's a punt of 38 plus 16, 54 yards from Rick Selleck, the senior.
And the majority of that was in the air, and a very good kick there by Rick Selleck. Clarke Central, again, with the tradition that they have in football, continues to bring on tremendous place kickers and punters. And the tradition hadn't stopped. Even though they're 1-5, they still have a good place kicker, and that's scary in overtime.
Exactly 2 minutes remaining on the clock. The Rams have 88 yards to go. the folks like Adrian Carr can make up that in a hurry. Michael Sellers on the right side gains to the 10-yard line, not back to the original line of scrimmage as he had no running room over there and was stood up by one of the Clarke Central defenders.
Well, Mike Sellers decided not to give to the fullback and decided to sweep to the right. Actually didn't have anywhere to go, and the pitch man was trailing a little bit too far behind him, so it was a good decision on Mike Sellers just to take a half-a-yard loss.
Second down and 10.5 yards to go for Newton County. We see Jason Robbins in there. That is a key to this play. Jason Robbins in there in the huddle.
He's coming in at tight end. Every time Tilly Smith goes off the field, that means Jason Robbins is coming on, so he's lining up on the left side. So look for Newton County to go to the left side of the ball field with Adrian Carr.
Sellers over center. Cordell Benton goes in motion. The give is to Benton. There is no gain. He gets to perhaps the 13-yard line, no farther.
It's a good thing I'm not a defensive coordinator because I called that play incorrect. They went to the right side of the ball with Cordell Benton, and Clarke Central stopped him for only a yard gain.
That time, Coach Cook, sensing that Clarke Central might have sensed the same thing that you did, went up the middle and over to that right-hand side away from Jason Robbins, and now Robbins comes out and Telly Smith comes in.
I tell you what, when you keep coming on and off the field like that, it's got to wear you out. If it was me, I believe I'd leave Jason on the field or leave Telly on the field because it's just that's a long way to run.
35 seconds remaining in this first period of overtime. Michael Sellers is going to take some room and pitch to Adrian Carr. Carr gains to the 15-yard line, to the 20, and is knocked out of bounds. Good hard hit from number 42, Bill Carter. And looks like Carr may have had a first down. He's at about the 23-yard line, perhaps the 24. In fact, he will be in first down territory.
Good play there by Adrian Carr. He simply outran number 28 for Clarke Central, Mike Smith, around the corner, and it was up to number 42, Bill Carter, to place him out of bounds, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Newton County Rams on their own 29, actually their 24-yard line.
11-yard gain there from Carr. And the Rams still have 76 yards to go, and they have 24 seconds in which to do it. So don't look for the Rams to do anything really fancy here with 24 seconds left. They're just going to try to send it to a double overtime.
Jason Robbins back into the ball game, lining up on the left side. So Newton County's in a 2 tight end set.
Sellers taking a snap from Drew Denman. Sellers will take it himself, will pitch out to Carr, who fumbled the ball out of bounds. Adrian Carr had the sense of mind to tip it as it went out of bounds to keep Clarke Central away from the football. A gain of a yard on the play.
Very scary right down here with only 18 seconds remaining to have a pitch like that on your own 25. But Mike Sellers has been getting away with a lot of those all year. And it's going to be 18 seconds remaining in this first overtime period, and Newton County is going to have second and about 9 yards to go on their own 26-yard line.
Paul, they say that football is not a game for the faint of heart. I think I understand what they mean now. Second down and 8 yards to go. 18 seconds remaining. Newton County has the ball on their own 26. Sellers will take the snap, and he will give to Cordell Benton. Benton to the 29, and will be stopped there. And I have a feeling that Newton County is going to have to take a timeout here. With now 12 seconds remaining, they may just let the clock go and just go on to the second overtime. Clock ticks down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll be the end of your first overtime period. And Jason Robbins was just checking into the action as that happens. And so at the end of your first overtime period, your score is still 17-17. Stay awake, stay with us, folks. It's exciting. We're at Homer Sharp Stadium. Rams and Gladiators headed toward a second overtime, and we'll be back with that second overtime right after this break. It'll be a 30-second timeout here on WGFS AM 1430.
The City of Covington electric system marches to the beat of a different drummer. The difference is community ownership. Because it's public power, our consumers and owners determine the cadence for electric.
Food Depot has a new and better way of doing business.
The 26-yard line as Cordell Benton with that second down play from the 26 gained a couple of yards. And we'll see what happened on that play. Officials are in the middle of the field as we head to a second overtime. And we are giving the fans here at Homer Sharp Stadium an exciting finish. Those of you who didn't get a chance to come out, perhaps because you thought the weather would be bad, I'll bet you're kicking yourselves right now. But at least you're listening to us on WGFS as we're providing coverage of this very exciting ballgame.
What's exciting about it is not only these two teams are just battling so hard to win the football game because it's an important sub-region game, but both principals get to come out onto the field and be a part of the game. And Laura Williamson from the Newton County Rams and Newton County High School, and don't really know who the principal for Clarke Central is, but both of them are over there getting to meet each other and be a part of this tremendous ball game here Friday night.
Clarke Central began the first series of overtime on their own 38. They had a 15-yard penalty after a 1-yard loss on a run by Chaz Chastain. They then gained 12 yards afterwards, gained out to their 34-yard line. Newton County started at their own 12, gained to the 26. That's a gain of 14 yards from the original line of scrimmage, plus whatever Benton gained on that last play, which we're going to estimate at 2 yards, as the officials never really did spot the football at the end of that first period of overtime. So the Rams had a third down situation at their own 28 as that first overtime expired. It was 16 yards, and Clarke Central is going to be kicking to Newton County here in the second overtime.
Another 5-minute period of exciting Newton County Ram action live here on WGFS AM 1430.
This is good for the ratings. I like it very much. Marcelo Baines, Tommy Taylor coming off the field and headed on to that kicking return team. Cordell Benton, Adrian Carr will be receiving.
Well, we just don't have the Braves to listen to late at night now, so we can turn it over to the Newton County Rams to provide us with some exciting action on a Friday night.
The Rams have taken it upon themselves to become the cardiac kids in this particular ball game. And kicking off for Clarke Central is going to be Rick Selleck, the senior. He has a big booming right leg. Cordell Benton, Adrian Carr will be receiving. Those two have speed. Wouldn't it be nice if they could just run this one back? Go 95 yards or so for a touchdown, we can sit back and relax.
That's one thing we haven't seen tonight. We haven't seen a lot of big plays. We've just seen a lot of sustained drives to get points on the board, and maybe it's going to take a big play to win this ball game, and hopefully Newton County can do it here beginning the second overtime with Adrian Carr and Cordell Benton deep on their own 5-yard line to receive the kick from Rick Selleck.
Selleck, the senior, has his 11 folks set and ready to go. Sellers kicks very high kickoffs. That's why Newton County has not had much success so far in that kickoff return. Here's a big high end-over-end kick fielded at the 3-yard line by Adrian Carr. He gains to the 15, to the 20, still up and down at the 20-yard line, and he is brought down there by number 52, Joey Hall, a 57-yard kick.
Newton County is going to have the ball on their own straight-up 20-yard line, just like if they would have let the ball roll into the end zone. So Newton County, you're starting to look towards penetration here. You got to get the ball down the field. Newton County has not had very good field possession in these two overtimes. Clarke Central is leading in the penetration simply because they had better field position. So Newton County needs to have a good drive here to get 6 or hopefully a penetration.
Here is where the running game of the Rams comes into play. Cordell Benton takes the pitch on the right side, gains to the 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Rams! That was a big one there, folks, as Cordell Benton, 80 yards for the touchdown. Newton County putting 6 points on the scoreboard. Cordell Benton looked like he didn't have much of a gain on that play, but he turned it into an 80-yard touchdown run for the Newton County Rams.
We just called it. Didn't we say we needed a big play? It's going to take a big play to win this ball game. And Cordell Benton, that we said in the first half, was going to probably be the player of the game tonight, and he definitely sealed that with that long run. But the game is not over. You still have 4 minutes and 21 seconds. Big play there by Cordell Benton and the Newton County offense.
Benton comes to the sideline and is mobbed by Lamar Hips, among others. Those seniors are very happy with that performance. They have only one more game here at home, and they have provided the fans with a great one so far. 23-17 your score. Billingsley in to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good, and the Rams have a 7-point lead. 4 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in your second overtime. We'll be back after this break here on WGFS AM 1430.
Are you tired of mowing around?
Here in Covington, Georgia, West Billingsley has just kicked off a 42-yard kick returned by number 28, Mike Smith, from the 18-yard line out to the 31-yard line, a 13-yard return. Newton County has 4 minutes and 15 seconds to stop this Gladiator offense. Gladiators will have first down on their own 31-yard line. That run from Cordell Benton, certainly the most exciting of this year. And Paul Dailey, my color man, will talk about that run in just a moment as Chastain goes over center. First down and 10 yards to go. Chastain is looking to pass. His pass is incomplete. And his pass was intended for, we'll check the number here, it was number 4, Perry Johnson, and an incomplete pass on first down.
Going back to the touchdown run by Cordell Benton, it was just simply a sweep to the right-hand side. He just simply outran the whole Gladiator defense and went straight down the field for an 80-yard touchdown. And what we've seen here now is Newton County's defense on the field, and what they're trying to do is prevent Clarke Central from picking up a first down. And Clarke Central in their first play tried to throw a pass, and that's very surprising because they have plenty of time on the clock to run down the field as they did late in the fourth quarter to get a touchdown.
4:11 remains now in our second period of overtime as Chastain goes over center, and he's going to give it to Kendrick, who fumbles the football. It's picked up by Chastain, who has running room, 45, 50 to the 45, and he's going to run out of bounds wisely at the Newton County 42-yard line. And after the fumble by Kendrick, Chastain, a very good recovery.
Very good. Line to stop the clock. Very heads-up play by Chastain, the quarterback for Clarke Central.
It's a 26-yard run and a first down here. As they go into Newton County territory, they will be at the 43-yard line. First down and 10. 4:01 remains. Clarke Central driving downfield. Not eating much time off the clock. Chastain rolling out to the left side, passes up and way incomplete. It was intended for number 16, Michael Greer, and I have a feeling there was a cross-up of patterns there as Chastain throwing far toward the sideline, Greer toward the hash mark.
Don't really know exactly what Coach Henderson's having what he's thinking about. He's coming out here at first down and throwing the ball, and he hadn't had a whole lot of success here in the overtime periods with that. He's had more success keeping it straight up the middle with Rip Kendrick. But maybe his hand's hurting or whatever. But Chastain, look for him to go right back to the run here, second down and 10.
Newton County 43-yard line is where the football is placed, and we've got under 4 minutes now, 3:56 remaining. Clarke Central just has a couple of seconds eaten off the clock with every play that they're making here, mostly because they're doing lots of pass plays. Chastain on second down is rolling out to the left-hand side and is sacked by Marcelo Baines. What a play by Baines, who blindsided Chastain, brought him down at the 45-yard line. Marcelo Baines is the man in the clutch on defense.
I tell you what, when you look for a big play, you better look towards number 52 on the Newton County defense. Marcelo Baines is tremendous. He did the play last week against Rockdale to jar a fumble loose for Tommy Taylor to run it in for a touchdown. And here again, as Chastain sprints out to the left-hand side, he brings him down for a loss of 2 yards.
Marcelo Baines gets a G for that particular play. Third down and 11. Chastain goes over center. 3:19 remains. Chastain looking to pass again. It's a deep one. It is up, and it is complete. 10-5. Close to a touchdown. Do they motion it a touchdown? Yes, they do. Touchdown, Gladiators. It is a touchdown to number 16, Michael Greer. Ram fans upset, but 6 points on the scoreboard, and the Gladiator players mobbing Michael Greer in the end zone. It is a 45-yard touchdown play to Michael Greer.
Tremendous play there by Chastain to number 16, Michael Greer. Long TD pass. Right here is 24-23. You have an excellent place kicker here by Rick Selleck. What will they do? Go into another double overtime. We still have 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, but the score is 24-23. Clarke Central about to try the point after kick.
Selleck is in to attempt the point after kick. Here comes the snap. It's a high one. The kick is up. The kick may not be any good. It's no good. That may be the difference in this one. No good on the extra point. The senior kicker, Mr. Selleck, number 31, Rick Selleck, the senior kicker, missed right. And that may be the difference.
I'll tell you the difference. The guy that got beat on the pass play was number 24, Gary Brown. He got simply burned on the big touchdown pass from Chastain to number 16, Michael Greer. And guess who provided penetration on the point after kick was number 24, Gary Brown. So he redeemed himself there, forced a lot of pressure on Rick Selleck, and forced him to miss the point after. And Newton County is in the lead with 3 minutes and 5 seconds remaining in the second overtime, 24-23.
Is this exciting enough for you, Paul?
This is great football. Great weather. It's cold outside. People are loving football tonight here in Newton County. And Newton County wants to come away here with a victory, but Newton County fans and also Clarke Central has got their money worth tonight in this exhibition we're seeing tonight between these two teams.
We are in the second overtime. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. The Rams have a 1-point lead, 24-23. Rick Selleck choking on the point after attempt, missing right. And so far, he will be the go to the game here if this is the way it turns out. But he'll be kicking off here for Clarke Central. Looks like they're going to attempt an onside kick as they have 9 folks over there on the left side. And Selleck is over here to this side. It is an onside kick. And it is bounced to the 48-yard line. Clarke Central may have the football. We'll see how they motion it.
It should be a flag on a play. When they just threw a flag, one of the Clarke Central kickoff players touched the ball before it went to 10 yards, and there's going to be a penalty on the play, and they're going to call it Newton County ball.
So it will be Newton County football, and a big break. We'll have to see who that was from Clarke Central who touched the ball at the 48. But you're right, I saw it up here as well as he touched it out into Newton County territory. So it should be Newton County football. Pending the spot, the referee is standing at Newton's 48-yard line. Newton County with a chance to seal this one. We've got 3 minutes, 5 seconds, still plenty of time remaining. And with a 1-point lead now, Paul, the Rams have a chance to run that time off the clock with those running plays, not fumbling the football.
Well, you can't be real conservative here. You definitely got to stay with your running game, but you got to get a first down here. You got to keep the clock continuing to move. You got to pick up at least 2 first downs here to hopefully seal a victory. But you got to, and also I'm sure the quarterback, actually Coach Cook is telling them running backs and Mike Sellers to keep both hands on the ball. This is very important. They need to come out of here with a sub-region victory.
First down for Newton County. They are in Clarke Central territory. They are at the 49-yard line. That means there was a 1-yard difference, and that onside kick being a penalty and being Clarke Central football. Taking the ball is Cordell Benton. Benton gains to the 43-yard line. About a 6-yard gain, and he is brought down there in the Clarke Central secondary, short of a first down.
After almost 56 minutes of football, Newton County's offensive line seemed to wake up there and get a tremendous push on the defensive front for Clarke Central. Drew Denman, Charles Bragg, Doug Parrish, and T.J. Harper doing a tremendous job up front late here in the second overtime.
Second down at the Clarke Central 43. As the Rams come to the line, we've got 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining, and Newton County looking to just pick up a couple of first downs and run the clock out. They've got a 1-point lead. Wishbone formation for the Rams. The give will be to Carr. Carr spins to the 40 and puts the ball down at the 40-yard line, a 3-yard gain for Mr. Carr. It'll be short of a first down, and it will bring up a third down and short situation as Michael Sellers comes here close to the sideline to talk to Coach Cook. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Look for Newton County to continue the same thing. They just stay up the middle. They need to pick up a first down here, and hopefully we'll go on march on down the field and pick up maybe another first down to be in good shape to win this ball game.
A minute and 50 seconds now in this second overtime is what is left, and Michael Sellers hands off to Jason Robbins. Robbins past the 40 to the 39-yard line, probably got the first down. That'll be big for Newton County as the time continues to tick away.
Coach Cook is having a few words with his quarterback. He's not really happy with Mike Sellers. Mike Sellers went straight to the line of scrimmage and asked Drew Denman to hike the ball when he should have waited a few more seconds to run some time off the clock. And looks like Clarke Central has called a timeout.
And they sure have, and we will take this quick timeout, and we'll be back with more exciting Newton County Rams football action after this on WGFS AM 1430.
This is it. It's the sale of the decade. One-time opportunity at Courtesy Ford on every new 93 model car and truck in our inventory. Here are just a few examples of the tremendous savings. A 93 Escort LX with air, stereo, cassette, and more, only $9387.75. A 93 Thunderbird LX with premium cassette, power antenna, automatic, and electric temperature air, a low $14,461.38. Or a 93 Aerostar Extended XLT wagon with lots of extras, only $18,793.95. You save almost $5,000. Stop by Courtesy Ford on Irish Drive in Conyers. Dealer retains rebates, add tax tag and title.
Up here, Newton County leading this ball game 24-23 with your play-by-play, Kevin Holden.
Newton County only a minute and 36 seconds away from sealing a victory. The give is to Cordell Benton on the first down play. Benton is at the 38-yard line, and no gain on the play.
Newton County picked up a first down there, which was very important, and had some time off the clock, and Clarke Central is going to be forced to take another timeout.
So Clarke Central will take a timeout. Paul will keep it here as Newton County in this second overtime got an 80-yard run from Mr. Cordell Benton, who has now emerged as the superstar of the game. If there were any doubts of that before that particular run, those doubts were erased with the 80-yard touchdown run.
Newton County has got to do a tremendous job here. They've done a tremendous job in all 6 quarters that we've seen them tonight. it'd be devastating if they come out of this without a victory, and it's very disheartening for the Clarke Central Gladiators to play this hard. But there's a lot of time on the clock. With 1:24, and you have a coaching staff on Clarke Central sideline like Coach Billy Henderson, anything can happen.
6 quarters for the price of 4, Ram fans. Do you hear that? The few of you who are left here in this second overtime. Rams have a 1-point lead. It's unfortunate that better weather could not have prevailed earlier today. I have a feeling this place would have been sold out for tonight's game, but fortunately most of the folks get the opportunity to listen here on WGFS, and that's why we provide the live coverage of Rams football to tell you about every exciting snap. And if you doubted that it was exciting, all you have to do is listen to this ball game and you will know otherwise. Michael Sellers goes over center in the wishbone formation. Clarke Central may have drawn off sides on that play. Cordell Benton will take the handoff, and he is at the 32, 31, 30-yard line. Stayed up there as 2 Clarke Central defenders had him, then dove forward to the 30.
Newton County, there again, had a very good push from the offensive line, was able to pick up 5 or 6 yards, but the referee should have called all sides on Clarke Central then, but didn't. He reached in his pocket to get the little yellow hanky, but didn't throw it out. So Newton County is going to have it 3rd down, and let's call it a long 2 yards on the Clarke Central 30-yard line. 52 seconds remain, now 51, now 50, and Coach Cook taking every ounce of time that he can off that clock. A first down here would almost ensure a Ram victory as long as Newton County can hold on to the football. Wishbone formation again, 3 backs. Jason Robbins takes the football, maybe close to a first down. 6 or 7 Clarke Central Gladiators on him. Robbins just running the football right at the middle. Nothing fancy about that, and close to a first down, and the clock continues to tick. 26, 25 seconds remain. Jason's not having a whole lot of success going straight up the middle, but what Jason's going to have to do is just learn how to pick up his feet right when he goes over the line of scrimmage, because there's going to be people laying there. But the time's running down. We only have 10 seconds remaining in this ballgame. Looks like Clarke Central's out of timeouts, and Newton County's going to come out of here with a victory. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of your ball game. Newton County a double overtime win over the Clarke Central Gladiators. Your final score, Newton County 24, Clarke Central 23 in double overtime. How about that one, Paul? We'll be talking about the final stats and everything about this very exciting Ram victory as the Rams even their record at 4-4, 2-2 in sub-region play. We'll be back to talk more about it right after this break. You're listening to exciting Newton County Rams football here on WGFS AM 1430.
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey for the Stump Buster, one of my favorite businesses. Holy cow, they're blowing those stumps right out of your yard. Call my good friend Jay Milligan for a free estimate. Don't wait until it's too late and you have to hear, "Stumps win! Stumps win!" So call Jay today at 786-9944 for dependable service and inexpensive rates. Then that stump might be out of here. It could be. It is. Holy cow. Another beautiful yard thanks to Jay Milligan, the Stump Buster. So pick up that phone and call 786-9944 and call today.
It's the Cable TV Channel Surfing Championships. Our first contestant steps up to the TV. He grabs the remote and switches past news, music videos, cartoons, black and white sitcoms. He just can't find anything to watch. Judges? Oh, too bad. Now, contestant number 2 takes the remote, and he's not changing the channel. Of course, he's turned on HBO, the channel you stop and watch. HBO has box office hits like Steven Seagal in Under Siege, Stephen King's Pet Sematary 2, Live Championship Boxing, Tracy Ullman's comedy special, and the hit series The Larry Sanders Show starring Gary Shandling, and that's just in October. So when you're channel surfing, HBO gives you the perfect ride. Judges?
Call Covington Cable TV at 787-4444. Be a winner, 787-4444.
Here's another reason why Pennington is the leader of lawn and garden care. Penn Green Fertilizers, the effective and economical way to protect your lawn or garden investment. Penn Green Fertilizers are blended by Pennington from the highest quality materials to ensure your lawn or garden gets the proper balance of nutrients and micronutrients that it needs to stay healthy and thrive. Each Penn Green fertilizer has been home site tested by Pennington experts, right down to the specific trace elements essential for different lawn needs. So no matter whether yours is a fescue lawn, a Bermuda, centipede, or any of the other popular grasses in the area, there's a Penn Green lawn food to give you the rich green reward of a thick and healthy lawn. And there are Penn Green fertilizers for every garden need as well. Protect your lawn and garden investment with the best fertilizer money can buy. Penn Green, formulated for better results by Pennington, the leader in lawn and garden care. Your local Pennington dealer is Patrick's Feed and Seed, 786-3220.
Would you like to get an autograph or meet the stars from the heat of the night? Well, you can do just that on Sunday, October 24th at 2 p.m. The cast and crew of the Heat of the Night, featuring Carl Weathers and David Hart, will be playing a little softball game against the Covington Police Department, better known as the Real Cops. See all this exciting action on Sunday, October 24th at 2 p.m. The softball game will be held at Stone Road Field in Oxford, Georgia. There will be a $2 admission charge, all proceeds to benefit the Covington Police Department's Ladies Auxiliary. For more information concerning the Heat of the Night versus the Real Cops softball game, please feel free to contact Captain Willie Davis or Crystal Hart at 786-4425.
We are back at Homer Sharp Stadium. Your final score in double overtime, the Newton County Rams 24, Clarke Central Gladiators 23. Paul Dailey, can you ask for a more exciting game in this situation as the missed kick from the kicker Rick Selleck, a senior, missing wide right, and the one-point victory for the Rams?
Well, when you pay admission to come into a high school football game, you're looking for a good 4 quarters of football action. And what we saw here tonight was actually 6 quarters of exciting football action. It's really hard to look down there at the Clarke Central Gladiators. They're having a very tough season, but they've got a great tradition at their football at their high school. And look for Clarke Central to rebound. They're having a terrible year, but Coach Billy Henderson is an excellent coach, and he showed that by going out there at midfield where the Newton County team was huddled up. He stepped over there and asked Coach Cook if he could have a word with Newton County's team, and Coach Billy Henderson, the Clarke Central coach, got in the middle of all the Newton County Rams football teams and just told them, don't know exactly what he said, but it looked like he was giving them some momentum or some incentive to go out there and play the rest of the season like it's going to be a championship season. And Newton County is putting themselves right back into sub-region play here. So that shows you first-class man in Coach Billy Henderson.
Newton County evens their record at 4-4 on this 93 season. They are now 2-2 in sub-region play. And as we mentioned, still in the playoff hunt. A lot of things have to happen, but the Rams still have a chance to make the playoffs. We'll give you your stats now as far as the Newton County Rams in this ball game. Cordell Benton is the major man tonight. 21 carries, 186 yards, 2 touchdowns, including the one in the double overtime that gave the Rams the victory. Michael Sellers, 11 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. Adrian Carr, 13 carries for 64 yards. Those were the 3 main runners. All in all, Rams 57 carries, 360 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Paul, any final thoughts headed into the Berkmar game next week at Berkmar?
Well, Newton County's just got to realize that this was a big victory for them tonight and go ahead and look towards Berkmar. Berkmar is not having a very good season either. They're very similar to Clarke Central, having a terrible season. But Newton County can't underestimate Berkmar. Going into their stadium, Berkmar is going to be fired up. They're in actually like a spoiler kind of situation now. They can spoil the chances of a lot of teams coming in there and playing them. Again, I'd like to recognize Coach Billy Henderson for his Class A act of going out and talking to the Newton County Rams. I just hate to see Clarke Central program looking like they are, but they're a Class A team, and they'll come back next year. But Newton County's got to relish this victory, be proud of it, go to McDonald's, go whatever you want to do tonight and be excited about that. But we've got to go ahead and get focused for next week.
For the second time in school history, the Rams have defeated the Clarke Central Gladiators. That makes them 2-11 lifetime. Long ways to go to make it a 500 record, but Newton County picking up the victory tonight. Paul, thanks very much for accompanying me on this very, very exciting Football Friday. Look forward to doing it again next Friday.
I do too, Ken. I'd like to go ahead and remind people next week is going to be National Red Ribbon Week. Coming from the police department, the radio station, and the police department work very closely together. Next week will be Red Ribbon Week, Drug Awareness Week, October 22nd through October 31st. All the citizens of Covington and people throughout the state proudly wear a red ribbon all week long to display your commitment to being drug-free. If you need red ribbons, please feel free to contact me at the Covington Police Department. I'll be glad to give you a red ribbon to wear all week. Just call me at the police department at 786-4425. And Kevin, I'm looking forward to next week, and Newton County hopefully can get another victory in their sub-region play.
For executive producer Jeff Johnson, perhaps the most patient man on the face of this earth, and for Paul Dailey, this is Kevin Holden saying goodbye from Homer Sharp Stadium. Your final score in the ball game, Newton County 24, Clarke Central 23. So long, everybody.
You've been listening to exciting Newton County Rams football on WGFS AM 1430. Ram football has been brought to you by the Family Health Food Store, Newton Federal Savings and Loan, Coast to Coast Home and Auto, Covington Cable Television, City Pharmacy, Mayfield Ace Hardware, Patrick's Feed and Seed in downtown Covington, Courtesy Ford, East Metro Cellular, American Insurance Agency representing Cotton States Insurance, Moody's Sports Shop, the City of Covington Public Utilities, Rhodes Printing, and Bulldog Tire. Join us again next week for live coverage of Newton County Rams football. You are listening to Covington and Newton County Sports Leader, WGFS AM 1430.